Happy Monday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Great to be here with you on a double victory Monday. I will say I'm a little bit gun shy. I don't really know what to do this morning. The show directive was that we don't scream and celebrate anything other than championships.
That was not true. We just don't scream things that aren't wins. Trade deadlines aren't wins.
But you said champion. We did not win. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I said
did
the
we
quote was, yes, we celebrate championships, not
did we
trade
win a championship
deadlines.
this weekend?
No, but
Okay.
a big series that pushed you toward a championship.
Okay. All right.
So that was
then
good.
in that case.
All right.
Yeah! I was actually going to open the show with where it began. I can't begin to know when. But then I know it's going strong. Was in the spring, then spring became the summer. I was just going to bust the whole thing out this morning. Sweet Caroline, ba, ba, ba. Good times actually never felt so good than watching those guys come back and beat those chowderheads 2 in a row after just getting bodied on Friday night. What a turd of a game Friday night was. Turned it off in like the 8th. Of course, they start getting some guys on base. I go, you're not getting me back in. I'm done. I was furious. I said, you're not getting me back in. Of course, I'm still like looking at my phone. Did we get those runs in? No, all right. But man, oh, look, we all have black shirts on or dark shirts on today. Yeah. We are, that is interesting. We needed that so badly. It's a good-ass team that you just took 2 or 3 from. A really, really good team. So I think the vibes are pretty high in here this morning. But I just, listen, this is our kind of warm-up period. I did just blow my voice out doing the guttural scream. I'm glad that we've amended the Constitution to allow us now to yell after big series wins. Hopefully, man, we're yelling a bunch this week.
I avoided a very awkward interaction with AJ yesterday. I actually ran
AJ
into
Prowler?
him. Yeah, my son and I went to the game.
No way!
Afternoon, Higgins.
We were down.
Oh, hello.
We were going to our seats. We were
Morning,
sitting, behind home plate field level in those Odyssey seats.
Yep.
And as we were walking in, guess who's walking right down in the same section? But he was on his phone the whole time.
Oh, thank God.
So I was like, I'm just not going to bother him because he's deep in a conversation. But we walked right past him as he was coming down, and I thought, oh, there's AJ, but no comment made by AJ Prowler when we had a brief moment.
Did he see you?
I don't know if he saw me or not. He was definitely deep into his conversation on my phone. It was actually my son who poked me. He goes, there's AJ. And I'm like, let's just let him walk by, right?
Dad, it's your arch nemesis.
Let him walk by.
Put a bag over your head. He's like, oh, Ben, you came for the game. You excited? Ben's like, yeah. He's like, oh, sounds like it. Sounds like you're really excited to come and see all of our new additions. This begs such an interesting question for me. Keegan in the chat says Ben ducking AJ, and I do wonder, have you guys ever ducked somebody like a player, a manager? We've been doing this together for a while. Have you ever actually, that you can think of, maybe Marty Schottenheimer back in the day, have you ever ducked someone? I've ducked people, certainly. We've all ducked people. Like, oh, that guy's gonna be there, I don't want to go. Have you ever ducked somebody in media that you can remember?
I don't think so. I mean, occasionally you feel like awkward about something, whether you did a story or whatever, but I've always been of the opinion, just get it over with quickly, like see them as fast as possible.
Get it over with.
If you let it linger and like you duck them a few times, then it's just going to be that much harder the next time you're going to run into them because they know you've probably been avoiding them forever. So just get it over with. I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just say hi to AJ, but he was on the phone. So,
I don't think, since we've been doing, I ducked like bullies in school in like 7th and 8th grade. I'm like, where's their class? All right. It was always 4-on-1.
I'll take the long way.
I'll just do the long way.
It's
It's fine. My wife says she ducks everyone, which she does. She said, Steven confronts everybody. I really don't. I'll do it on Twitter and stuff, but like, I'm not good at confrontations per se. I mean, I've got a couple of instances going on in my life right now that it's like, it's not confrontational, But it's like a change needs to be made. Don't worry, babe. This is not about you. A change needs to be made, and it's like, oh, I'm dreading like the phone call, like the hey, this isn't really working out anymore type scene. You know, that kind of stuff drives me nuts. I'm really not good at that, but I feel like if I had a vociferous, vigorous discussion with someone, I think I would be able to, like, let's say, and this is completely hypothetical. Let's say it was another coach. And like, let's say we got into it on the field. I think I would be okay after the game going up and be like, hey, man, you want to hash this out? I'm pretty good at the hash out. I'm a decent hasher outer. But I've never ducked like a player or a manager or a coach or anything like that.
Well, I think the problem is that if you have like a tough conversation with someone, let's say, I don't know, let's say you have to break up with someone or just whether it's a friend or an employee or something.
Fire me.
You have to fire Paul.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I'll duck you. I'll duck that. So I won't answer my phone for 2 weeks.
So this is the hard. You don't want to feel bad. Now, some people receive the news pretty well, and they don't make you feel bad about it.
And they get it.
I get it. I totally understand. Really appreciate it. But others will then try to grab on, what did I do? Hey, what can I change? And you're like, there's nothing that can be done here, and you're just trying to get through this conversation. They keep no, what if we do this?
And then you end up staying.
It's so hard because you don't want to feel bad. You hate feeling bad.
I hate it, dude. I hate feeling bad so much. I hate it. I beat myself up. I literally lose sleep about things like that. I really, really do. But man, this is it should be a really, really interesting week, in baseball terms, and not just here. I mean, really across the entire gamut of baseball teams right now. There's a lot of teams in it. I was very surprised, and we're going to get into the baseball probably all day, Benny. I was really surprised to know the Giants are still sniffing and crawling around. I saw some standings yesterday, and I went, all right, they're not dead. They're certainly not dead yet. This isn't one of those series you can walk into and go, oh, they're 12 games out.
Well, thank the Mets for that.
I know.
Because, they're only 4 games behind New York now for the final wild card spot.
It's crazy. So this is a huge, huge series as well, as they all are for the Padres. We need to win as many as we can. But I think you start the show today by giving a lot of credit to those guys for bouncing back, winning a very tough game on Saturday, and then winning really, really, it got a little bit interesting yesterday, certainly, but a fantastic game and a fantastic series against a really, really good team that if you watched objectively, you went, my God, how have they lost as many? They should be rolling. They look so, so good. The Boston Red Sox I'm talking about, credit where credit is due. They got some dynamic young players, man. They should be a force to be reckoned with for a while. But really, really excellent work by Schulte and the boys, getting it done. Got a win for Schulte. Of course, our dumbasses, we had him on Friday. We didn't even say happy birthday to him. His birthday was on Saturday.
Correct.
Great work.
I didn't know until Saturday.
I didn't either.
It was going to be his birthday. So, I mean, are we supposed to research every single person that we have on just in case their birthday's coming up?
It's not. Yeah. Honestly, I think we should have the skipper's birthday in our phone. Now, did you text him and wish him a happy birthday?
I did not.
You didn't?
Well, the first thing I heard about his birthday was when they were talking about it in the dugout before the game. And he seemed so uninterested in talking about his birthday. It was they tried to ask him questions about it. He shut it down. He asked him, hey, what was your favorite birthday memory? He goes, I don't know. I just want to win a game.
Oh, my God.
He had no interest
Are you
in
kidding?
Any birthday well wishes. He was stop. He was move on. We want to talk about game. So I was oh, definitely not going to text him and wish him a happy birthday because the guy seems very uninterested in celebrating his own birthday.
Now, I like to mess with Schulte, right?
Yes.
I sent him a birthday message, but it wasn't from me. It was from Bo and Taylor. Oh. They made him a little birthday video. Saturday morning we were going to play a game. Taylor had a game. And I said, happy birthday, Schulte, go Padres. And I sent it, and I did not hear anything back for hours and hours. So I was sweating it a little bit. So I sent it, and he finally writes me back later in the afternoon, and he said, hey, that's really cool. Thanks so much, and please let them know I appreciated the video. So there you go. Yeah.
Was that after the win? Is that
no? It was in the. I said it early. I said it 7:30 in the morning.
You knew that early in the day that it was his birthday.
Yeah, but I had heard it or seen it
Yeah.
on Twitter or something, and thought I'd drop old Shilty a line, and he was really really nice, and they got him that dub, so it was really cool. Speaking of the weekend, Ben, you know this thing, like we always say, and we didn't come up with this term, but everybody says it takes a village, right, to raise your children. It really does, and I didn't really think about it until I found my village, and we found our village. And we have some dear friends, the Coopers, who we just adore. And Jackson and Bo have been best friends since they were 6 months old, right? They've been together. And Melody and Hannah are best friends, and Kevin and I are so close. On Saturday, it's in the middle of the afternoon, and I look up from my desk. I'm at my desk working, and I look up. I've got five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 neighborhood children in my home. And I walk out, I go, hey, it is 72 degrees outside. Why are you playing dodgeball in my house? Get outside. They're like, no, we want to play outside. They all have their shirts off, all these little hellions. It's like Lord of the Flies in my house. And I'm like, what is going on? Go. There's a cul-de-sac right there. It is perfect. It's not even hot. It's beautiful. I just came in. They're running around my house like banshees. So I just put my headphones in. Well, Melody comes, knocks on the door. She's like, I'm going to take Ryder, who's their little baby, and Taylor. I'm going to take them down to my house. I go, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Takes them down to swim. He comes back a couple of hours, and I'm sitting at my desk. And all of a sudden, I hear this incessantly. Are you ready?
Oh.
I walk to the door. I go, what is happening? Taylor's wearing this bird.
It's a
toucan.
bird call.
It's like a bird call around his neck. And I walked out. I go, what is that?
Oh my God.
It's making me want to
Makes you want to die.
leave, actually.
Oh.
And I go,
God.
I walked, and I opened the door. I go, what did you? I go,
shatter that thing, just so you know, during the break.
I go, what did you do? And she goes, she's laughing hysterically. She goes, well, my mom brought them back. She went on a trip, and she brought them back for all the boys. I go, great. I go, I will be buying Ryder a drum set this afternoon. I'll have it delivered like a big
referee whistles for everybody.
like a big Neil Peart drum set, pearl, just with toms and cymbals, and for 48 hours, all I heard was. I had to take it from him. I had to take it. I had to hide it.
That is dangerously close to like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Dude,
for me.
it's so gnarly.
I am almost over the edge just listening to that.
This could be something on our show, like the call of the casual.
I don't.
It wouldn't.
That high
stop.
note just. Thank you.
Basically the same thing.
It's
my skin is crawling like
Dude,
from
I'm
that sound.
telling you.
My skin is crawling.
JD says I'm turning this off. JD, how do you think I felt in my home the entire weekend? Taylor,
I liked it better when you brought in the Jews harp instead.
that was the best. It's unbelievable, dude. It was unbelievable.
This is all very hard to listen to.
So difficult.
Yeah. Are we testing the tier ones to see how far we can drive?
She was
punishing them on a Monday
She
morning.
was laughing so hard. She was like, ah! I go, how dare you? Like, and it's people like when they give your kids gifts that they know are going to be a huge pain in your ass. I was like, I love you, both of you. You guys are amazing. Don't ever bring any noise back. I don't like noise. And you guys know I do not like excess noise. I will flip out. And that's all I heard in my house the entire weekend was that kid playing this little bird.
Anytime I get the boys a gift for their birthday or Christmas or whatever,
shoes,
clothes. It is a concerted effort. Like, even if it's like a cool toy or whatever, if you see it at the store or online, the first thought is, all right, what's the cleanup like? How many parts are going to be everywhere?
Assemblage?
What's this going to do for Woods and Hannah? More so than the joy that the kids are going to get out of it. And if it's like, if it's even questionable, it's like, move on. Let them buy that for them.
Correct.
If they decide that they want that in their house.
I think I want to get a couple of symbols, big, giant symbols where he can just walk in. Mom and Dad. I go, look, payback. You know that I like payback, so I will pay them back in spades for sure. But that's the noise I heard in that insane asylum that is my house with these kids, and they all they wanted to do was stay inside all weekend, and it was beautiful out. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better weekend. Not a cloud in the sky. It was 72, sunny, beautiful. They're in there playing golf and hockey and hide and seek. Is there anything worse than hide and seek with 5 kids running around with their shirts off in your house? 5 kids hiding. Ready or not, here I come. I'm kicking kids out from under my desk. I'm like, this is all right. The house that everyone gets to come to, it does make me very happy that they feel comfortable enough. But I mean, you got dudes beating on the door at 7:30 in the morning, like, can I come in? Can I have breakfast? Like we're at a fever pitch here with this. So I don't know. We can use this for something.
Keegan
right?
suggested they do it as a giveaway at Petco Park one day. Padres bird call giveaway day at Petco Park.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's like the march of death to hear that thing. So I did take it. I've confiscated it. I have it.
Please smash it into
it's sweet. It's like a wooden. It's from somewhere far away.
Put that in the cell phone cubby.
Oh, where is the cell phone? I forgot it.
Still haven't brought in the cubby yet.
In the cubby. I guess you're off the hook then.
That's all right. We get a lot to get to anyway. It's going to be a busy show today. We will set the menu for what we will talk about for the next 4 hours until 10 o'clock this morning. Obviously, a lot of Padres baseball coming up. Don't go anywhere. First check of traffic. I believe Kelly is off one more Monday here. So maybe Sue or someone else with our traffic check here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Good morning. This traffic report is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Looks like we got a stall on the northbound side of the 805 as you approach the 54, and then you have a stall down SUV on the entrance ramp to get onto the northbound 5 at Encinitas Boulevard, but once you're on the 5, you're looking just fine. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers, earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000, 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Sue Allard, Bentonwood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So I didn't go up to the press box at all yesterday. Just went with my son to the game as regular fans. And I not only ran into AJ, but also ran into Jesse Agler, who was down grabbing, I believe, a matcha latte from the Mostra Coffee, a spot before the game. And he was saying, yeah, hopefully get to San Francisco in time for dinner last night, maybe like a late dinner. He wasn't sure after a 3-hour game if they were going to get there in time, but it was good to see Jesse, and seemed like he was in good spirits after the win on Saturday night, and then of course got to call another win yesterday. So it was good to see Jesse, and then we did the whole circle around the ballpark trying to decide what we were going to eat.
Yeah, what did you get?
So I ended up with the brisket sandwich from Grand Ole Barbecue.
It's classic.
And I would say for
pulled pork, or
I went with the brisket one. It's chopped brisket. So I would say though, for ballpark food, in terms of taste and value,
elite.
I think it's like an A, because
no doubt.
I mean, it was big sandwich, big heaping, good fries. That came a long way. They were crispy, they were perfect. Got the barbecue sauce where you can choose whatever barbecue sauce you want to go on it.
I like that mustardy one.
They have the Carolina. I got a little bit of that. I got a little of the sweet, a little spicy, just so I could dip the fries in it. And honestly, at the price, it was like $19. That's a pretty good price for a giant plate of food inside a ballpark. I thought I think we won after walking around and ended up with that. We were pretty happy with our selection.
So you got the Grand Ole. What else?
Yeah.
No banana pudding?
We did not get the banana pudding. I didn't go up to the Seaside Market at all. So we were just down on the field level for the whole game. So, all right. And then we were smart. We brought in our own big waters and everything, so we didn't have to buy them at the game.
Okay. Paulie, what did you do this weekend? I saw you yesterday. We lost again.
Yeah, we lost again. It was an expensive weekend for your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Saturday.
Coke binge or something? What
not quite.
No?
Not quite. Wasn't as fun. Saturday, my wife and I went and bought a new bed.
Oh, no.
Which was...
Oh, my God. Don't even tell me the price, dude. It's crazy.
I'll tell you off the air.
It's crazy how much beds are. It is crazy.
Like
it's worth it. It's worth it if you get a good one.
I have always, like, as an adult at least, been of the mindset, like, bro, you spend a third of your life sleeping.
Yes.
Get the nice sheets. Get the nice pillows.
Yes,
like,
make it a nice.
That is a worthy investment in yourself. You look at the prices online, like, before you go in, because we honestly didn't know, like, are we firm or plush, medium, hybrid, whatever, we got to go in. Even if we end up buying something online from somewhere else, we got to know what we want. And we went in, we were there for about 2 hours, got the deal done.
Did you get on the bed?
Oh, yeah. Multiple different beds, trying them out. Tempur-Pedic versus this one or whatever. And I mean, dude, you prepare yourself for the price, knowing like right around the ballpark, or at least what you're willing to go to.
Sure.
And it's still, the sticker shock lasted all weekend long.
Did you get is there any sort of movability to it?
We got the adjustable base.
Nice.
And, all that.
Nice.
So yeah, that was good. The fun started on Friday night though. Got a running a yellow light camera flashing ticket that's gonna be making its way to my house probably this week.
They still have those videos.
I thought that was illegal.
I thought they still have the cameras, but they don't send tickets in San Diego. Or maybe
well, if anybody has any information on that, I would love to hear from you.
How cool would it be to be panicked all weekend about getting a ticket and it never comes because they don't do that anymore? Now you did see
that would be great.
You saw the flash.
So
I think if there's a flash,
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
What city were you in?
It was Del Mar Heights Road, like coming up from La Jolla, going into Del Mar.
San Diego, though, isn't it? I thought City of San Diego couldn't do that anymore.
The best.
Now, here's the worst part. We were driving through there like over a week ago and thought like we saw another flash on that same light. So my wife got a little upset with me. She goes, "Oh, you don't remember? You should have known." And I go, "I didn't even think about it. I just looked at it as any other light." And I was in that weird middle ground where you're like, all right, my two options are to floor it and get through the light, and it's probably going to turn red at some point, or slam on the brakes.
Were you west of the freeway or east of the freeway?
We were going north 101.
The 101 at Del Mar? Yeah.
Hannah
says Del Mar will still do it.
Those creeps out there.
Damn it.
Those creeps. Yeah, they want you following the rules out in Del Mar.
I know.
That's like
it's
$3
totally
bills.
my fault. I accept responsibility.
That's like $3 bills. $2.50, $3 bills, just lighting it on fire. Trust me,
just completely lighting it on fire.
It's the
donating it to the city of Del Mar.
The best is when your wife gets mad at you for that. Like you meant to do it. Oh, I wanted to come out. That was my goal tonight.
No, she was just more like, you don't remember? Like we were literally sitting at this light and we were like, oh, I think there's. I'm like, no, I remember now, but I didn't remember in the moment. The light turned yellow and I had a split second. And I was like, how far are we? I'm going to have to freaking slam on the brakes or just go for it. And I went for it and then saw the lights and I go, well, that was, if there was any confusion, that cleared it up.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. I'm sorry about that. Is
Quickly,
it worse than this, though?
Yeah, no.
It's comparable, but no. Okay. I'd rather pay $250 to not have to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll take your money.
Here's what we've got coming up for you on the program today. Lots of Padres talk here in our first hour and a half as we go back through the weekend. Start with yesterday's wrap-up, Dylan Cease's performance, and more. We can also get into a little SDFC as they got another big win on Saturday night, continuing to roll toward their playoffs in the first MLS season. Our regular features, Don't Do This, Take on Woods, and the Roundel Report. And our Monday guests, Craig Ston, Padres Hot Tub, coming up at 7:35. Dennis Lynn, our Athletic Linsider, at 8:35. That's the short version of what's coming up, but I want to get into Jesse's highlights of yesterday's 6-2 win over the Boston Red Sox, a series victory for your San Diego Padres. That is coming up next. Good morning, Tier 1s. It's Monday. Glad to have you with us here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, though, Woods and I want to talk about 7 Mile Casino. Did you make it out over the weekend at some point? If not, make some plans to head down to Chula Vista and play some cards at 7 Mile Casino. We love it there. I think you're going to love it as well.
There's no question about it, man. If you, the boys are out of town this weekend, so head on down there. You can watch games there. You can sit and play California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pot Gal, Baccarat, and get some delicious food in a smoke-free environment. They're open 24 hours a day. You can go right now if you want it.
Love the high-limit players. If you're looking for a high-stakes game of Texas Hold'em, they will have a table for you there. Higher limits and no limit, whatever you're looking for. Check it out at 7 Mile Casino without the long drive to the East County. No parking hassles. You're just out of your car, You write in, you're sitting down at a table within just a few seconds and playing cards at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Winning a rubber match. Any chance I can get to win a rubber match, I'm in.
So I went back and looked up the stats because it felt like, man, it happened a few times this year. But that was the 5th time this season the Padres have lost the first game of a 3-game series and then come back to win the next 2 games, including, of course, the last 2 series in a row, as they did it twice last week to do and win. I mean, they've done. I don't know what the ultimate stat is, but they've done really well in the rubber games this year as well. Sunday games or Wednesday games to wrap up the series. They've been pretty good, pretty solid in getting the job done and win more series than they've lost this year. But just 5 times, which seemed to almost like I thought it might have been even more than 5 times they had done that. There's no crime winning the first game of the series either.
No,
if you want to just go ahead and.
What if I told you guys, you could also build an early lead? What would that do for you? Like yesterday. How great was yesterday? We were playing a tier 1 baseball game and we kept running over to our phones going 2-0. Hell yeah. 4-0, 5-0. Oh my God, guys. Like getting an early lead is pretty cool too.
It was nice, but being at the game, I felt as comfortable as I'd felt in a while. And then the 7th inning happened.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That
was a pretty torturous inning. Padres got through it, though, and we will get all the highlights coming up in a second. Padres, though, have reached a season-high 14 games above 500 after the series victory over the Red Sox. And I did a little bit of math just to see where we stand because, I mean, what did we talk about all year long? Mike Schultz, is he going to be able to do it again? Have his team playing better baseball in the second half? Is he going to get to 90 wins? Well, Padres are at 66-52 now with 44 games remaining. So to get to 90 wins, they'd only need to go 24-20 now the rest of the way. They play 500 baseball. They get to 88 wins at this point.
Pretty good.
Which seems like 500 baseball would be pretty disappointing considering what we've seen so far. But even if they play 500 baseball, like the Cincinnati Reds would need to go something like 26-17 or something to even catch them at that point. So the Padres have put themselves in pretty good position here. Obviously, nothing guaranteed with more than a month and a half left in the season. But, Paulie, what was the Fangraphs playoff percentage as of this morning for the San Diego Padres?
95.2%.
Incredible. A week and a half ago, we were sitting here at the trade deadline. The Padres were a coin flip to get into the playoffs pre-trade deadline. 50%, 49, 51. And now here we are sitting at 95% a week and a half later, just based on trade deadline acquisitions and some, series victories that they've had in the 3 series since we've gotten there.
Yeah, Prolific in the chat says Padres have the same record as last year at this time. Look it up, 66-52. Exact same record. Good. I mean, that's
on their way to 93 wins.
Right.
Now, they played insanely good in the second half last year. Best record in all of baseball after the All-Star break. Don't need to replicate that necessarily, but if you want to catch the Dodgers, you might.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the Dodgers continue to play pretty solid baseball. They did lose yesterday, so ultimately over the weekend, both teams took 2 of 3 from their AL East playoff contending opponents. The Dodgers won the first 2 against the Toronto Blue Jays in the loss yesterday. Padres, of course, lost the first game to the Red Sox, won the next 2. So still sitting there 2 games behind in the division going into now a huge 2-week stretch against the Giants and the Dodgers, road, home. And at the end of these next 2 weeks, you'll have a very good idea of where the Padres are standing. There'll be a month left in the season, and you'll know exactly kind of what they need to do, whether they've played themselves into divisional contention, whether it's just kind of try to hold on to the wild card after the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and then, obviously going for a division would be fantastic. And I will fully admit I had little to no hope that we would be 2 games behind the Dodgers on the date of August 11th. I really didn't. I thought, the Dodgers would be running away with the West, but a combination of some bad play by them and some decent play by us. This is the position that we're in, and 2 games back is fantastic, man. To be within sniffing distance of the West is great. And who's going to be the victor? I don't know. I hope it's us. I would love to figure out a way to not have to play the first round. I think that would really set this team up for some great success. And It would be awesome to win a division, but I'm not gonna, pull my hair out over it. I just want them to play some really good baseball the next couple of weeks, because when you play two teams for 2 weeks, Ben, you really tire of them. Now, I get tired of the Dodgers anyway, but even the Giants, you just tire of them. Everything just feels
just the names over and over again,
and it just feels
the pictures over and over again.
This guy again, and oh my God, they see you. They see
but
you.
That's what the playoffs are like.
Oh,
as
I know.
Well, you get 5-7 game series against the same guys.
I know, man.
Over and over again. So this test, which you have, I think, 7 against the Giants and 6 against the Dodgers, have a much more playoff feel the next couple of weeks, even though it's still only August in the regular season.
Yeah, it's crazy. To look ahead, and I don't, I'm sure we will do the exercise of, okay, so what what would you like to see in these next, how many games? 14?
13 games in the next 2 weeks.
7 and 6.
Giants and Dodgers,
I will probably do that exercise. My answer is, I don't know, man. I want to win tonight. I want to find a way to beat Logan Webb with you, Darvish, on the bump tonight, and let the chips fall where they may, because you can't look ahead. You can't look ahead to the Dodgers, who are leading the division. You're going to have head-to-head games with them. If you get there and you're a game out, or whatever, you just can't look ahead. You got to handle business against the Giants today. You have to.
First, though, before we look ahead, we look back. Our Padres wrap-up of yesterday's 6-2 win. We'll go through everything from the Sunday series finale right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This report is brought to you by Robert Half. Got a breakdown. It's on the northbound side of the 805, right at Murray Ridge Road, and that's going to slow you down. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why our recruiters, expertise, and award-winning AI work quickly to find the candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Sue Aller, Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Miss any of the Padres win yesterday? Ben and Woods didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got you covered with all of the highlights.
Oh, yes.
It's the
Padres wrap-up.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Things are about to get real with the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, with gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks. It gets real this summer at Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
I want to go fast, but I want to go slow, and I want to go deep.
The 0-2, Arise sends it in the air to left center field. Long run Duran. He was shallow. On the move, not going to get there. Bounces over his head, goes to the base of the wall. Both runs will score. A 2-run double for Arise, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. Tatis with a runner on second, 2 outs, and a ground ball. Base hit into left field underneath the Stories dive. Cronenworth is on his way. He'll score. For to second, Fernando is tagged out, trying to get in behind the play, but nonetheless, Padres get a run, and an RBI single by Tatis makes it 3-0 after 5 innings here at Petco Park. And Sanders swings, hits it in the air towards the left field corner. Anthony, long run over towards the line. Not going to get there. It just dumps in front of him, a base hit. With 2 outs, Manny was able to run all the way. He comes in to score, and it's 4-0. 3-2 to Anthony. Morahone delivers, and a swing and a miss. 98 coming down and into the left-handed batter, and 3 straight strikeouts by Adam and Morahone leave them loaded here in the 7th inning. 2-2, Morgan ready. Here's the pitch to Rafaela. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 99 up in the zone, and back-to-back Ks to seal the deal. David Morgan gets the final 5 outs. The Padres beat the Red Sox 6-2. And for the first time this season, the Pods are 14 games above 500.
Dylan was fantastic again. I mean, really, no-hit stuff. The first hit was, well placed, but Dylan was fantastic and in control the whole way. And we'll get to the offense in a minute, because I do think it's important. I do want to say a few things about it, because I thought it was very relentless and as consistent of offensive game as we've had in a while.
Yeah, I think you have to start with Dylan Cease's performance. Again, sitting those good seats right behind home plate. We were in row 13, and you really got a sense just to the right of the umpire and the catcher. So I had a really good view of Dylan Cease, and I must say he was nasty yesterday. The 6 innings that He was there for, they really could not make good contact at all against him. A lot of swing and miss. I don't know what the total number of whiffs ended up being, but I think he struck out 7. But honestly, Red Sox looked like they had very little hope going up against him. And that's the kind of Dylan Cease we just have not seen all season long. I will also say, though, I thought Brian Bayo was really nasty as well from my view. I know those seats make every pitcher look really good. It was hitting like 94 in the gun. I'm going, God, it looks faster than Cease's 98 or 99 the way it's coming in. So when Mike Shildt says, wanted to praise the offense for, their relentlessness, they had a tough task yesterday against that kid who's been one of the better pitchers for the Boston Red Sox this season. They end up getting 6 runs total, and whatever they got 3 or 4 or 5 against him. That was an impressive job by the Padres offense as well.
For me, it starts and stops with Dylan Cease, though. We always talk about peaking at the right time. And what a redemption story it would be for him to have the really, really bad first half, to think that he's going to be shipped off to Boston, to think that he's going to be shipped off to New York or somewhere else. And then, to look at the last 2 starts that he's put together, really, really nice work from him. I think 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, maybe in those starts. He's been brilliant. And to build on that every single time, to build your confidence, and then to know, okay, trade deadline's over. I'm a San Diego Padre, at least for the foreseeable future. We'll worry about the offseason when we get there. What a redemption arc that would be. To come in. What if he gets a chance to go out and pitch another playoff game, Ben, and is peaking at the right time? Having a guy like that hitting this stride right now is fantastic. So want to keep building on it. He's going to have a big start against the Dodgers this week. Imagine.
Dylan Cease in the playoffs, obviously there's going to be some trepidation from the fan base, but I would imagine if he throws like he's been throwing, Mike Shilt's going to eagerly give him that opportunity in the postseason.
You'd be an absolute fool not to.
And let's be honest, the playoffs are such a small sample size that even if a guy has struggled for quote unquote years in the postseason, it's really probably like 3 starts. It's like anyone can have a bad couple of starts, and you can't really draw massive conclusions about whether a guy is built for the postseason or has the right head on his shoulders for a playoff. They're always taking on really good teams because they're playoff matchups, and you have a good day, you're slightly off, and that can be the difference between winning and losing.
And I do think, getting some early runs for him was so key. So key. You put 2 up, and then you add on. I thought it was so clutch from the guys.
But he pitched 3 innings at 0-0 as well. And
sure.
I was worried about the 4th. And I said it to my son. I go, okay, they just scored 2 runs. Second time through the order has been Cease's, bane this year. Can he get through this inning, as they're getting back to the top of the order? And got through that inning, no problem at all. Ended up getting to the 7th. I thought at that point he had been so efficient. I said, God, we might see 8, maybe even a complete game. And of course, walk single, and here comes Mike Shildt out. Probably the right decision, but it led to some really, really tense moments. The game was moving along. The first 6 innings were like, okay, this is a crisp Sunday game. We're looking at 2 hours, 15 minutes. And then the 7th inning alone took about 45 minutes to play with pitching changes. Jason Adam comes in, hits the first pitch, hits Yoshida to load the bases. So, all right, now the tying run's already in the on-deck circle. It's 5-0, but you're not feeling all that comfortable.
You don't feel good at all.
And then he gets what looked like a double play grounder off the bat, right at Xander. You go, okay, let the run score. You're getting 2 outs. You make that trade. And, of course, it hops off Xander's glove. 2 runs score. And now, all right, now the tying run's at the plate. Still nobody out. Gives up another single. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Tying run's on. And you go, if you're the Red Sox, you're thinking, all right, we got to tie. We're tying the game at the least this inning. We already got the tying run on at first base. Nobody out. For Adam and Morejon, which was such a huge at-bat, with the full count to get the strikeout to escape the inning.
98.
That was a tense moment in that game, and the Padres bullpen came through again, as they have done so often this season.
Build the statue for the fist. The guys down there, those 5 guys down there, they're just phenomenal.
I want to make it 6 with David Morgan.
David Morgan
is really good. His ERA is down to like 1.7 now this year.
Dude. He's nasty.
And he recorded the final 5 outs, which left Mason Miller
6 guys.
Able to rest and be ready completely for tonight if you need them against the Giants. And you should have Suarez available and Estrada both off yesterday as well. It's just such a luxury for Mike Schill to know really doesn't matter. I can just trade different guys and mix and match, and we're always going to have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 high leverage arms available to protect any lead that we need to get late in the game. I think it was
beautiful.
Jared Carabas. I don't know how he pronounces his last name, but MLB.com, and has been obviously a Red Sox honk for a long time, tweeted, do the Padres just have 8 closers? Like, I mean,
the answer, Jared, is yes. The answer is a hard yes.
Don't they have to bring in a middle reliever at some point like other teams?
And we've talked about the thing, and we'll get into Friday night's game too and Saturday as well, but it's the beauty of getting your ass handed to you Friday. Like, it sucks and you hate it, and those games are going to happen though. The fact that game, Ben, wasn't some 4-3 loss that you had to use your high leverage arms to chase. You hate getting blown out, but at this point of the season with that bullpen, you actually don't mind it. You're like, you know what? I will wear it. It sucks for Nicky P.
If we ever say like, hey, if you're going to lose, like, that's not the worst
it's the
way
best
to lose.
Way. It's the best type of loss.
Like, that's what we're talking
because, and you saw it Saturday, when you start chasing a win with that attack bullpen, you have to win those games. You cannot burn those guys in losses.
And so far they have.
They've done great.
Every game they've chased with the high leverage since the trade deadline, I believe they have ended up winning.
Yes. And so, I know it sucks. Again, I may have turned it off in the 8th. I was over it. But you saved all the big guns for the next 2 days, and then you were able to save 3 guys or 2 guys yesterday. So you're setting yourself up better for this current series against the Giants, and then eventually the Dodgers after that. So, yeah, man, they're just going to need to be smart about how they do it. It seems that they have a plan, and, hey, we'll see what the offense can get going. Oh, we didn't get anything going, and our pitcher's serving it up. No problem. Yuki Matsui, Wandy Peralta, these are your innings. The Sean Reynolds of the world. I know he got sent down, but those are your innings to go out there and chew up so we don't have to burn anybody unnecessarily. It was brilliant.
Offensively yesterday, we saw more of the same from Fernando Tatis Jr., which is on base, but no slug.
Right.
Got on base 4 times.
4 times.
A walk, hit by pitch, and 2 singles, drove in a run. I mean, the stat sheet will tell you he had a phenomenal offensive game, but I think certainly fan perspective is going to say what happened to the Tatis who just mashed the ball out of the park. I mean, he's been stuck in the in the high teens of home runs since seemingly like May.
But at the end of the day, I was looking this weekend, the San Diego Padres are the 2nd worst home run hitting team. So, I mean, it's not like everybody else is pulling their weight and he's not. It's just he's not slugging right now. The discourse around Fernando, I understand it. I had a guy in my chat send me a video of when they gave it up and had to go to extras on Saturday. After the inning, Fernando was slowly walking in from right field to the dugout after, I think it was Jason Adam that gave it up, right? Was it Adam? And he's walking. He goes, man, this is hard to watch. I'm sitting here with my kids and I'm showing them, him walking slowly into the dugout. And I wrote him back and I go, all right, I get it. Did you see what happened when we won the game? Did you see who the first guy out there was? The biggest $1 million smile you'll ever see, jumping up and down. I go, it was Fernando Tatis. And I said, they move at their own pace. It's the body language experts. It's got to go. I don't like when he hangs his head, but he gets upset about not coming through for his team. I don't look at him as any sort of guy that doesn't want to win, any sort of cancer or anything like that. Like, let the kid be himself. He's helping you win ball games more than he's helping you lose ball games. That's for sure.
You can certainly dispute how valuable you think the WAR statistic is,
sure,
but he's by far the most valuable player in the Padres based on that.
By far.
A full point,
yes,
a win ahead of Manny Machado,
right? Which
who's
is
having,
crazy.
Another MVP type season for the San Diego Padres, and the value will say, and he's nowhere near as valuable as Fernando Tatis Jr. is, given how much he does defensively on the base paths. He's been getting on base, at a better clip than Manny Machado has this year.
Yep.
And he only has 3 home runs less than Manny Machado. So, the numbers are actually quite good for Fernando Tatis Jr. He's just playing in a kind of different way. I do worry a little bit about the postseason, not Fernando in particular, but that home run stat. when you are always going up against, because it's not just the Padres who can give you high leverage arms in the postseason. Every team's going to be loading up with their best starters and their best relievers. To score runs, you either have to hit home runs or you have to string a bunch of hits together. And in the regular season, Padres have done a good job stringing hits together.
Sure.
But in the postseason, you generally need to hit some home runs to score runs. And the Padres have not shown the ability to really do that consistently. Will it be their undoing in October if they can't get the ball out of the ballpark?
You know, here Jeff in our chat says, I got no problem with how he reacts. The only thing I hate about Mopey Nando is how it rubs off on me. His energy is so infectious both ways. I just want to see happy Nando all the time. And I'll tell you this, though, Jeff, let's play it forward. If Fernando's striking out and he's laughing and smiling, people are going to have a problem with that too. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm watching it with Lindor in New York right now. People get so mad when he shows his teeth after a strikeout. They're furious. So tough to have it both ways. He's helping you win games.
Saturday's game had just about everything, including a hidden ball trick mistake, an iPad controversy, and a walk-off win. Get to all of that coming up next year with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Saturday night's game was something at Petco Park.
Mama.
Michael King's return was just the tip of the iceberg in what turned out to be one of the more memorable games of the season at Petco Park against the Boston Red Sox. Welcome back. Hour number 2. Ben and Woods on a Monday morning here with you, going until 10 o'clock. What did you think of Michael King? Very brief return, just 2 innings coming off the injured list.
I mean, he's as rusty as I thought he would be. The command wasn't quite there, but when he had the bases loaded and he threw a 3-2 changeup to get Roman Anthony, I do believe, you looked at that and you went, yeah, that's Michael King. Just absolutely fearless out there with the ability to strike anybody out at any time. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from him at all. It was good to see him back. And, they kept him at 60 some odd pitches. So yeah,
I think he could have gone more had the second inning not been so high
long,
leverage and long. I would go so far as to say, if I was Greg Amsinger on MLB Network, that the Padres actually won the game on Saturday, and they also won the game on Saturday.
Sometimes when you win, you really
they
lose.
actually won it with Michael King's return and looking at least close enough to Michael King to make you think that there's going to be some really good starts from Michael King down the stretch. But I think even more importantly, they actually won the game on Saturday as well.
Yes.
They won the game.
They won with him returning and actually won in the final box score.
Right, which is important, especially this time of year. After losing on Friday night, you wanted to win that game. And as you mentioned, this was a game that Mike Shildt chased after the Red Sox had taken the lead and it was 3-1, and you're trying to climb back into the game, and you are chasing the win with your high leverage relievers, and it ends up working out perfectly for the Padres until, of course, the 9th inning when Robert Suarez gives up the lead after it looks like you're gonna cruise, and you have to then win it in 10 innings on the Ramon Laureano single. But I think the point was made that having that extra reliever in Jason Adams still able to come out of the bullpen in the 10th was an absolute difference maker, because the Red Sox used their, highest leverage guy, Aroldis Chapman, in the 9th. He rarely comes back out for a second inning. It's a different story, perhaps, if they still have him available for the 10th, and then maybe you're thinking about going to the 11th at that point, but the Padres able to get that run in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Yeah, the 10th inning was certainly interesting. When we held them, when you hold a team to 0 runs in the top of the 10th and you're at home, you're like, yeah, this is, we have to win this game. We have we have to win it, period. The end. Runner on second base. I thought it was a fantastic moment for Ramon Laureano. I did, obviously saw the discourse about Robert Suarez and should Mason Miller be the closer. Look, I mean, I think that's pretty standard within any fan base. They're going to see the weapons out there and how they're deployed. I like Mason Miller being the kind of fireman type. He came in, struck out the 3 guys that he faced in an inning and a third. Benny gave up 1 knock. I'm fine with Robert Suarez being our closer. He's the MLB saves leader right now. Guys are going to give up. They're going to give up leads.
As has Mason Miller already
correct.
done so once with the San Diego Padres.
Correct.
In a game, yes, they went on to win, just like on Saturday night.
These guys pick each other up a lot. They really do. They pick each other up a lot. They picked up Xander from that could have been devastating error. Obviously game changing, season changing if they lose that game and they blow that lead, Ben. These guys pick each other up a lot. Robert Suarez, again, I have no problem with him closing games for this team, and to have a luxury like Jason Adams coming in the 10th to shut it down was pretty brilliant. But as far as the 10th inning offensively goes, I mean, we lead the league in sacrifice bunts, right? I know that, and I'm a pretty anti-bunt guy for the most part, but I can kind of understand with this team in particular, Ben. You look at the hard hit percentage, you look at the lack of home run power that we have. Schilte's trying to find ways to win ball games. Now, with first and second, nobody out, and my best hitter up, I'm probably not going to bunt Laureano. And I think we saw a little bit of a terse exchange after the game between Kevin Acee and Mike Shildt. And because after they talk, you have it here?
Yeah.
All right, check it.
Is there any chance that Laureano was supposed to or going to bunt?
We won the game, Ace. I mean, I don't know what to tell you right now, but we had a walk-off hit, so let's leave it at that.
Yeah, just they were in, and it worked out really well.
It did. He chopped it right over his head.
Oh God. Oh boy. So
awkward.
We've been kicking around the idea that Laureano actually potentially, he said after in his interview, he goes, yeah, they actually wanted me to bunt, but I don't know the signs. So I just chopped it down and we got it. Now, did he go up there? Did he get the bunt sign and go, ooh, Bregman is way in. Like, he's way in. They could have a wheel play on, like they could get the lead runner. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. I'm going to make my own decision here and try to get a knock to win the game, which eventually he did. Or did they come up to him after and go, hey, nice hit, great walk-off. We actually had the bunt on there. Which one was it?
Well, I find it hard to believe that he doesn't know the bunt sign over a weekend.
I think it would be
for a team like this that bunts the way they do.
He said he missed the sign. Like, they wanted me to bunt.
Who told him that? So remember, he goes up. It's only one pitch. The entire inning was one pitch.
Right.
They intentionally walked O'Hearn. So the first pitch of the inning by Whitlock was the game-winning chopped bunt. So he had one chance to see the bunt sign, and he says he missed it. All right, so he swings. They win the game. They're doing the celebration. They're crowding around. He then walks almost immediately to a post-game interview. Who told him that he missed the bunt sign at some point? Was that in the huddle of celebration as they're going, hey, you missed the bunt sign, by the way.
When missed that sign? I hit, but you missed the sign.
I feel like, and this is complete speculation, and it's not necessarily it's not a bad thing either, but I felt like he was trying to be respectful. He may have made a call on his own.
Yeah.
As you said, read the situation and thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this bunt down, so I'm going to swing instead. And it worked out, but he didn't want to be disrespectful to Mike Schilt and the coaching staff, saying, I overruled. Now, I kind of think Mike Schilt, knowing how he talks about his players, like, I want them to be empowered. They know the game and empowered to make decisions. And I think if Ramon Laureano had just said, they called for the bunt, but I saw him charging so hard, I didn't think that was a good idea, so I changed on the fly and went with the swing, and it worked out really well. And Mike Schilt, I think, would say that's exactly what I'm hoping to see from my players.
Yeah,
they're the ones out there. They're the ones who have the last decision on reading a situation. And he went with his gut, and it turned out his gut was absolutely right in that situation. So, did Ramon Laureano overrule the bunt? Was he right to do it? As Mike Schilt said after the game, we won the game, Ace. That's the most important thing for any team, that they absolutely won the game. I agree with you, though. I don't know that I wanted to see Ramon Laureano bunting in that situation. It's your best hitter by OPS. Yeah. You've got your 8-9 hitters coming up. Yeah. I know Jake he's had a walk-off, and Fermin's been hot lately because your lineup is much, much deeper. So it's not necessarily the wrong thing to bunt those guys over, but yeah, I like Laureano swinging away in that situation, especially if those guys are charging and looking for the bunt. Zig, when the other team thinks you're going to zag.
Big time. And, look, at the end of the day, it's a results-based business. They got the results that they were looking for, won the ball game. I mean, it's so easy for Shelty to just be like, yeah, he missed it, but glad he got that game winner. I mean, I don't know.
Supposed to or going to bunt?
We won the game, Ace. I don't know what to tell you right now, but you had a walk-off hit, so let's leave it at that.
Yeah, just they were in, and it worked out really well.
It did. He chopped it right over his head.
Oh God! Oh my God! Been on the receiving end of that a couple times. It's not fun.
Very uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
And to be
clear, uncomfortable to watch.
Kevin Acey did nothing wrong.
No.
When the player of the game says that.
Right. The player of the game says, I missed the sign.
That should be number one question.
Nathaniel says, I don't think he saw it. I saw Jackson tell him something when they were celebrating. Ramon looked at him like, oops. And then they both laughed. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, no need to be that tense after a huge walk-off win in extra innings. But, man, that's what playoff atmosphere, playoff baseball kind of does to you. So it is, man, these games are awesome right now. These guys are playing so well. Just an incredible game on Saturday.
14 strikeouts by the bullpen, including 5 by Jeremiah Estrada in his 2 innings was fantastic.
He was brilliant.
2 by Morejon, 3 by Miller. I mean, it was a thing to behold to see that Padres bullpen coming out in that game on Saturday night. Now, the other
You guys miss Leo Dallas DeVries at all? Or?
He's actually off to a pretty good start in the A's minor league system from what I've seen.
Good for him.
Wasn't going to be helping the Padres this season.
You miss him?
The other thing that was very, at least controversial among a lot of fans on social media was what happened in the ninth inning, the top of the ninth inning, when Roman Anthony got the game-tying double off Robert Suarez. And I had someone email it to me. It was making its way around social media that the Padres TV broadcast caught a shot of Alex Cora holding the Red Sox.
Was it Cora?
Was it Cora?
No,
it was
else.
one of the other coaches.
Yeah, one of the coaches.
Holding a team iPad that clearly showed a side-by-side of Robert Suarez, basically, a how to see what kind of pitch he is throwing. If you're standing out on second base, which grip is the fastball, which one is the changeup, so you can potentially signal that information in to the batter. Now, I look at those two side-by-side pictures. We have them up in our YouTube stream right now, and I go, I can't tell, like, sitting still, like, what's the difference between those two? And maybe you can if you are a Major League Baseball player, but to me, he looks pretty similar in both of those pitches.
Well, but if you're from behind, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking in from second base, which is who they were telling him they wanted Duran to relay what he saw in the grip. It's wide open. His glove is wide open. And we can't see the fine, the detail on the iPad, but that's what he's showing him. He's showing him, hey man, when he holds his changeup, this is where his hand is. You can see right into his glove. So if you're able to tip the guy at home plate, now there's a heater coming, nothing illegal, nothing wrong with it at all. We do it too. We're just not so brazen about leaning over with our iPads. You always see the guys on the iPads.
It also doesn't mean that Robert Suarez is always tipping.
Correct.
I mean, they may just say if he's holding his glove open enough, maybe you can see
inside
to see
Yep.
what kind of grip he is throwing. But that doesn't mean every single pitch Robert Suarez. But it is something that I'm sure the Padres made Robert Suarez aware of.
Yep.
Hey, this is what they are looking at you. So this is why we are telling you, be more careful with your glove positioning and making sure the guys out on second base cannot see your grip.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely a real thing. It's not cheating.
It's not cheating. Not illegal.
Even the use of the technology is not cheating. Kyle Glazer, when I got comment from Major League Baseball and said, those are team iPads. So iPads are regulated by Major League Baseball, what can and can't be on them, but they do allow teams to upload some of their own scouting information onto those iPads, and that would be under that purview. Like the Red Sox have their own scouting information. They can put that on the iPads in their dugouts so their players can look and get a read on what pitchers they're going to face. It's not just the pitches, but it's also things like that, the grips that they can see from just a general camera angle. No unusual camera angle. Those were simply regular TV shots from the outfield camera that every team's going to get and every team's going to see. They don't have any secret cameras, nothing proprietary going on right there. Simply putting it in a side-by-side in a way that it's easy for players to look and compare between the two grips for Robert Suarez.
Yeah, and the having the guy on second base tip the guy off at the plate with what's coming, again, not illegal. Do a better job of making sure they can't see inside of your glove. Do a better job at your setup, all of it, whatever it may be. Those tells are that's winning on the margins. That's margin baseball right now, right there. We do it as well. Trust me, we know exactly tonight. This is, if we're on second base and Logan Webb's not hiding the baseball, we know a sinker's coming. We know this is coming, and we're able to relay that to the guy at the plate. So no harm, no foul. I actually think it's a good thing because now, Schulte and Rubin and all those guys can say, look, here's what the Sox have on you. So they have fastball, changeup. Here's your setup. The setup looks good, but they can see into your glove, and they're able to relay the signs to the next guy. That's why you saw Kenley Jansen balk Ohtani over to third. You've seen that a million times. Get this guy off second base. I don't want him relaying signs to the guy at the plate. So no harm, no foul. Glad that they did it. Glad that they showed us what they have, and now we can clean it up.
Meanwhile, not a ton to say about Friday night's game. As you already said, if you're going to lose,
that's the way.
It's not the worst way to lose. You don't use none of your high leverage relievers.
That's the way to lose the rest of the season.
Really, the game was one bad inning from Nick Pivetta. He was really good in the first three. Fourth inning, a soft single, 2 walks, and things got out of hand with the sac fly. The pickoff scored a couple of runs, and then one bad pitch to Wilyer Abreu, and you're down 4-0.
Just like that.
And now it's too far away to chase with your relievers, so you put in, Yuki and you put in
Wandy.
Sean Reynolds, and it ends up getting a little out of hand in the end. So you lose by 8. Now the Padres did have 13 base runners in that game. They went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So their offense had a chance to keep them in that game, get them back in it. It just didn't materialize. And Walker Buehler looked like, old Dodgers Walker Buehler against the Padres on Friday night. So, those games are going to happen the rest of the way. They're not going to win all of their last 44 games. And if you're going to lose, again, it's not the worst way because you were well set up after that game for Saturday and Sunday. And it turned out you needed all that setup, all those rested relievers got used in the next 2 days for you to end up winning that series.
Yep. Yeah, it was imperative. I mean, again, if it's a 4-3 loss on Friday night, Ben, oh, man, let's build off of the fight that we showed. No, that's fine. I mean, if you're going to lose games from here on out, not having to burn high leverage arms chasing is the only way to do it. It really is. You almost, if you got to lose a game, a series, you'd rather lose it like that. You really, really would.
All right, here's what we've got coming up in our next segment. We're going to get to some Don't Do This. We had a lot of choices.
We had a lot
over the weekend.
A lot of do this in there as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But a huge moment for Major League Baseball yesterday.
We will get to that coming up next. And then at the bottom of the hour, Craig Elston will join us. Padres Hot Tub. We'll talk more Padres. We'd love to get into a little SDFC. I know Craig was following that closely over the weekend as well, as they picked up another big win on the road, 2-0 over Sporting Kansas City. So we'll talk about all of that coming up with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I'm going to talk about Prize Picks. It's been a while, but they are still around, still have millions of users around the country, and still letting you set daily fantasy sports lineups with a chance to win real money, whether it's the baseball pennant races or the football preseason, which is now underway. It's always fun on the weekends. Set your lineups based on stat projections. You're just picking more or less, whether it's touchdowns, rushing yards, passing yards. You can just set the lineups the way you want. In baseball, RBI, hits plus RBI, innings pitched, strikeouts, they're all available. Your favorite teams, all there, all your players, just multiple selections every single night for a chance to win real money. And the more players you put together, the more you can win. You can go up to as many as 6 players in your lineup. And if you go for all 6 and you go for the power play, you can win huge. Or you can keep it down to as little as 2 and still win that way. Or you can go with a flex play where you pick, say, 5, but all it takes is 4 to win money with Prize Picks. And when you download the Prize Picks app and you use our code KWFN, that's still available. You're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And don't forget, with Prize Picks, they are the official daily fantasy sports partner of the San Diego Padres. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will. Don't leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
Yes.
It's a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. And we're actually going to do one Don't Do This story and two Do This stories. But the Don't Do This is so multi-layered in its don't do this-iness that's...
First, I would just like to say it was one of the funniest things I've seen, certainly in the year 2025.
Yep.
Probably watched it. I think it was like a 30-second video that I found. I probably watched it at least 10 to 15 times.
There's a good chance you've seen it from the weekend. If you did not, I will try to describe what happened. The Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Rams playing a preseason game in Inglewood, and Cowboys quarterback Joe Milton III was into the game, trying to hook up on a deep sideline pass with Jonathan Mingo in the second quarter. CeeDee Lamb, who is, of course, the star receiver, is not even playing the game. He's not even dressed for the game. He's just in his, tracksuit on the sidelines. But he gets so excited by this play that he starts walking toward the field to cheer into the white painted area. And as he gets into the white painted area, he absolutely gets obliterated by the side judge referee who is running along with the play. I mean, he is looking the wrong way and just gets absolutely taken out. This is an NFL player getting taken out just by some middle-aged man referee who's on the sidelines.
I'm watching it on our YouTube stream here, and I paused it before he gets trucked. You can see the receiver. He has beat his defender by 5 feet.
He's got it.
And CeeDee Lamb's doing like the back turn, like this is a touchdown. Automatic, as long as the ball...
It's like the guy that shoots the three-pointer and walks away. It's done. It's going in.
And he's like a little bit cocky, like, oh, that's 6. Easy. And just gets absolutely trucked.
The ball that was severely underthrown by Milton falls incomplete. The Rams are actually flagged for pass interference, but... Of course, CeeDee Lamb gets a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for stepping into the officials' area. So not only is he celebrating a preseason game, which is dumb, but just to begin with,
I saw one. It was just the still shot of him getting trucked, and it just said, "Hi, I'm CeeDee Lamb. You're probably wondering how I got in this position."
And he gets trucked by the referee, and he takes a penalty for his team that nullifies the Rams penalty at the same time.
And he's lucky. He's lucky he didn't break his back.
That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, is he okay? Is he going to be okay?
I mean, he gets just pummeled by this guy. I laughed so hard. I watched it 100 times.
Brian Schottenheimer's quote after the game for the referee says, "I hope that guy's okay. They said he's okay, the official that he ran into, but we have to be better than that. CD knows better. We know better."
It's incredible.
I mean, the Cowboys going to cowboy.
Cowboys will cowboy. I mean,
unbelievable.
It is brilliant.
And this is all with the Micah Parsons drama going on at their camp. My goodness gracious. Jerry is running an absolute insane asylum.
It's literally
in Dallas.
It's a nut house there. But I mean, it was so good. He's okay. Like
got up. He was laughing about it.
I mean, the embarrassment from that. His teammates are like,
even if he was legitimately like sore and banged up, you have to just shake it off and be like, "No, I'm fine. That didn't hurt at all.
Didn't even faze me." I mean, it's like the biggest hit he's taken in years. It was so good. I'm so glad that it happened because it brought me so much
and for
joy.
the camera guy to just be 5 feet behind him to get that whole perfect
My
angle.
favorite is the arm up, like, "Oh, here we go, it's on," and then so we can reenact it if you want. I could hit you or you can hit me. I don't know. It's great.
Yeah, there's the number one. Oh, that's an easy 6.
Easy.
And bam!
Boom. It's my favorite. It's one of the best videos of all time. It really is so elite.
Man.
Let's go right into some doo-doo this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Pretty amazing story that happened in Major League Baseball over the weekend. The first female umpire to ever call a game in the big league level, Jen Powell. And she got the assignment. She was working the Braves and the Marlins series, and she got her first assignment at first base. They had a doubleheader. She went first base, third base, and then yesterday got the dish. She got the dish in her first game, and in typical umpire fashion, male, female, doesn't matter, she missed the first call of the game. So that's exactly like she was going to fit in perfectly. A ball 4 or 5 inches on the inner half. She called a strike. It was clearly a ball. You're in. Like, that's what you have to do to be a big league umpire.
That was the first pitch of the game. Not like the first questionable pitch. It happened later in the first inning. The very first game.
The other guys probably nodded, looked at her, and winked and said, "You're one of us now. You are truly one of us."
Welcome to the club.
But I loved the support that she got from her crew chief, Chris Guccione. This was pretty incredible.
This is one of the proudest moments I've been part of in all my career. I mean, I've been blessed with working playoffs. I've worked 2 World Series, All-Star games, and this one is right up there with it. And, my family coming out and watching and all that. But this is up there. Like, it gives me chills just like even thinking about it. And the magnitude, I was just sitting here going, like, it just kind of just hit me just now, like the magnitude of this whole thing and how hard she's worked. And I have a daughter, and she was so excited to meet Jen. And, this is just a great role model and for girls and women out there. And I am so proud of her. And when Rich Rieker, told me a couple weeks ago, I could not wait for this day. It was like just dragging. So this is a special moment. I'm so proud of her. She does an incredible job. She's an incredible person and likes to have fun, works hard. So this it's huge.
Yeah, Brian Snitker said after the game, he goes, "I have respect for anybody that has grinded it out through the minor leagues." And I saw a really sweet tweet. I wanted to give her credit. I can't remember who it was from, but it was a Padres fan that said, "I went to a million games when I was a kid. I never once looked at the umpires and thought, oh, I can do that. I'll have a chance to this." She goes, "Now my kids will my daughters will absolutely know, oh, if I want to be an umpire, I can do it." I thought it was a really cool kind of, break the glass ceiling moment for women and Major League Baseball yesterday.
Congratulations to Jen Powell. And then just a quick bonus, do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
And I don't believe any of us have ever interacted with this guy, but we've seen him many times on Padres.TV with Don and Mud. Brett, he's the guy who lives in one of the condos out in the outfield at Petco Park and communicates via sign, mostly with Mud, with funny. He's got his flags and his Padres gear, and he's out there almost every single
flag
game.
Guy, San Diego flag guy.
He's always out there, and they usually cut to him at least a couple of times during every broadcast. And there's a little interaction, funny, between Don and Mud and Brett. Well, on Saturday night when Brett was out there, we happened to notice, and a couple of tier ones pointed out to us as well, Brett was wearing some Ben & Woods gear. Look at that, the Ben & Woods shirt at Brett Tangelo's restaurant up in the outside the Gallagher Park, Gallagher Square there at Petco Park. Very impressive. Thank you, Brett, for the love. We appreciate that from you.
Yeah, no doubt. He owns Skate World, somebody said in the chat.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brett. Really appreciate it. And it looked good on you. Looked really good on you.
Very sharp.
Yeah. And then they had Pomeranz. Was it Pomeranz up at his place yesterday?
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I was at the game, so I didn't get to see the broadcast.
Up in Brett and Tangelo. So, yeah, Brett, I look forward. You let me know when I can come by and watch a game from up there. I'm all the way in.
And that is don't and do this for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben & Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, Craig Elston's going to join us, Padres Hot Tub, plus we'll talk SDFC. I think he was also at the Wave game as they suffered a disappointing draw in the last seconds as well. So all of that is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, quickly, gang, let me tell you about Loan Pronto, the great work that they're doing right now. If you're maxed out on all your credit cards or struggling with high interest debt, you are certainly not alone. But if you're a homeowner, you can pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. You can get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is incredible. One of their clients got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. Pretty big turnaround for them. They got instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That equity is your equity. Use it. Get cash out to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. And call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home. See how much cash you can get out today. Call now. Get the conversation going at 619-207-4336, loanpronto.com, 619-207-4336. Get debt relief now at loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
This hour 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples, calling all parents and teachers at Staples. Your back-to-school budget is officially saved by the button, the easy button, with supplies as low as 25 cents, plus laptops up to 40% off and more deals on top brands and trending styles. Find it all at Staples. That was easy. And speaking of back-to-school, we got Craig Ston coming up in just a second. His wife's a teacher.
Yeah.
And Woods is really taking it upon himself, and I want to give you credit for once again promoting through the Ben and Woods channels the back to school Amazon shopping lists for teachers, and just kind of retweeting them out there, because most teachers spend a lot of their own money in trying to set up their classrooms every single year. They just do not get the budgets from their own schools to really even come close to what they need. They all take pride in being good teachers, and they always have to dip into their own pockets. So we have this, where we promote and send out the Amazon wish list for teachers. And I know a lot of tier ones step up and help cover those expenses for a lot of teachers around here and really anywhere.
Yeah,
no
anywhere.
Geographic limits here.
That's exactly right. I mean, I'd love to get something like official, next year to do and really raise a lot of money for them, because it breaks my heart every single year. And they send their lists over, and I was able to,
You look at these lists too, and it's like paper.
Yeah, dude, yes.
Pencils,
markers, crayons. like, oh my God, I can't even imagine.
It's not like, we have a pencil sharpener that works, but this $200 pencil sharpener is really cool.
They're not asking for iPads. You know what I mean? These are the people that honestly, like, thank you, teachers, so much for taking my children for like 8 hours a day. We can't thank you enough. Anything I can do for you, other than coming in to help you teach, I am willing to do. But our buddy George, Tier 1B George, today starts his 30th year of education. His 30th year of education. So shout out to Tier 1B George. I have such respect for what you guys do. I don't know how you do it. I've got two, and they have 30. They have grayed my hair. They have aged me. I love them to death, but holy smokes, how do you do it every single day? They stink, they smell. There's all kinds of stuff, man. They're weird with their food and their drinks. Everything's weird. Like, you guys do that every single day, and I have nothing but respect for you.
All right. We have Craig Ston standing by. We will get to Craig, talk Padres, talk SDFC, and more right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Springboarder. It's a large gray trash can rolling around southbound on the 5 at Carmel Valley Road, and it takes out the right lane. What makes Crystal Geyser's Alpine Springboarder different? We only bottle our Alpine Springboarder less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Sue Alley with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
As Craig pointed out on Twitter, almost a perfect pro sports weekend for San Diego. Padres wins on Saturday and Sunday. SDFC, a road win on Saturday. And the Wave were just moments away from a 1-0 win when gave up the equalizer in stoppage time, but still pretty good weekend all around as we welcome Craig Ston to 97.3 The Fan. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, fellas. Always a pleasure to be back on with you. How you doing?
Doing very well, man. Doing very, very well. I saw that the I think SDFC and the Padres scored at the exact same time, and we talked a couple of weeks ago. Devastating Padres loss, devastating SDFC loss. We had a good Saturday night, Craiger. It was really one for the books, man, that we all kind of needed.
But I mean, you're literally correct,
yes.
Because at the Wave match, I had this laptop on Padres and I had my iPad on SDFC, and I'm looking at them both and I'm like, goal, run. What? Yeah,
loved it.
It was a ton of fun, absolutely, and a huge Saturday night for everyone involved. And honestly, Wave playing against their rivals, Angel City. I know that's not what you guys bring me on here for, but they're still continuing to click. I mean, giving up a concession time, stoppage time goal, a real bummer, but that club is still bringing in and integrating a couple of new additions. I'm really excited for what they're going to do down the stretch. But how about SDFC, guys? 5 straight wins away. That's not something you expect.
Yeah, I was told when I became a new MLS fan that, on the road, you're just looking for a result, as Tyler Heaps told us, which is just a point usually. But Mikey Varas came in and goes, no. We play for wins, even on the road. And, man, I mean, they've got to be, separating themselves from the pack with all these road victories that other teams are like, no, we're good. Just get a draw on the road and we're happy. And that's 15 points out of 15 in their last 5 road matches.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's truly improbable. And I would go a step further and say that Saturday's match is a great example of how luck and soccer interact. Because if you took a look, they've got one of those advanced metric stats for soccer, right? Easy to understand. XG, expected goals. That's pretty much what you're doing other than putting the ball in the net. How much of that should have led to a goal? How much of it might not have? At halftime, the XG of that match was 1.17 for Kansas City and 0.12 for San Diego, and SDFC was ahead 1-0. And that's because Chucky Lozano hit a shot of a lifetime, like literally one of the 3 best goals he'll ever score in his life. A 1 in 100 shot at best. And then SDFC repelled 35 straight minutes of consistent attack from Kansas City that just couldn't get to the final touch one time after another. And honestly, at halftime, KC should have been up 1 or 2-0. And instead it was SDFC up 1-0. And then Anders Dreyer. This guy has been so good. And guys, here's the talk radio takeaway point. What we've really learned in MLS over 2/3 of this season, getting your designated players right is almost the whole ball game. It's not the entire thing, but it's like 3/4 of the ball game. And SDFC nailed their designated players with Chucky Lozano and Anders Dreyer. These guys are contributing goals game after game. You look around the league, KC's 2 designated players are a defender and a midfielder who has like 2 points. If you get that wrong, you get it all wrong. You get it just right, you're rolling.
And Craig, you can tell. I mean, as much as you were disappointed that Milan Olaski and his 10 goals left, there is a difference, even to my amateur eyes, watching Chucky and Anders Dreyer and what they contribute to the team. Yeah, they don't always get to finish the goals, but, Ilaski doesn't score a goal like Chucky's, golazo from Saturday night. And Anders really sets up almost every goal, seemingly all season long, but that SDFC scores, whether it's his or other players scoring. Seems like he has a hand in just about every single one of them.
And that's why he's going to be one of the absolute contenders for MLS MVP this year, over maybe even a Lionel Messi, which sounds insane right on the paper. But what Dreyer's doing, 15 assists to lead the league, double-digit goals and assists. This guy is absolutely creating in the offensive third for San Diego. But got to give a lot of credit to what's happening in the back 4 as well. We've talked about it a lot, but a bunch of teenagers back there. Finally, great to see Chris McVeigh back in the lineup. That allowed Mano Dua not to be carrying everything as a rookie. And Dua had a huge clearance off the goal line in the first half that denied a Kansas City goal. So those young guys in the back are continuing to learn. We heard on your show last week, Tyler Heaps saying there'll still be a couple players coming in before the transfer window closes. Very exciting times for SDFC. I still don't know if they've actually got their sights set on MLS Cup, because they're not going out and buying another huge player, but I love the direction the franchise is headed, and I think they're absolutely headed for a playoff run, if nothing else.
You know, Craig, talking to Craig Elston here on Ben and Woods this morning, getting your designated players right is obviously those guys are here all season, but it you can kind of liken it to getting the trade deadline right in baseball, making sure that, you get the right pieces to not only fill holes, because there are guys that teams went out and acquired that are filling holes that aren't giving the level of production that the guys that AJ Prowler went out and got at the deadline for the San Diego Padres. I don't know why Eugenio Suarez has turned into like one of the worst hitters in baseball since he was reacquired by Seattle, but he has. And I will say AJ Prowler, see what the Yankees have done, their moves, none of those have worked out. It happens all the time. But what AJ Prowler did, these guys are contributing way more than contributing. I mean, they're helping you actually win ball games night in and night out.
And, the team that I held up on last night's Padres Hot Tub podcast, Stephen, talking about this is the Mets. Because when the Mets made their moves, all the Rosenthals and Bowdens and everyone else, all the, the analyst class were like, whoa, check out the Mets' big bad bullpen. Thing is, though, other than Tyler Rogers, not a lot of command out of the players that were picked up by the Mets. AJ went and got the best stuff in the league with command, with guys like Mason Miller and obviously the four horsemen that precede them. Those guys throw strikes in addition to having nasty stuff. And Helsley's already blown a couple of saves. Yep. The Mets bullpen has been in meltdown, and the Padres bullpen is truly one of the greatest weapons I've ever seen in my adult life in big league baseball in terms of, hey, you don't even have to be ahead anymore. Be down one. Be down two. Bring in these guys, and you're playing lockdown on the other side. And now with a 9-man lineup instead of a 6.5, 7-man lineup, you've got the opportunity all the time to come back and win. And we saw that on Saturday, and I think we're going to see it. We're going to see it the rest of the year. I mean, this is the formula for San Diego.
So, Craig, Padres 2 games behind the Dodgers now after both teams win 2 out of 3 over the weekend. Asked this on the roundtable, talked about it with Woods on Friday. I'll give you your say. How do you handicap now the race between the Padres and the Dodgers, who are getting healthier, especially in the starting rotation in the NL West?
I think these 2 weeks tell the whole story. And I'll put it like this. If San Diego gets out of the gauntlet and somehow gets out of the chicane doing some F1 talk, and they're somehow ahead, they've put the nose of their car ahead, I love the Padres' chances to win the West because September is a lot of Rockies, White Sox, Orioles. Like, it'll be the softest schedule we've seen in 4 months coming up in September. But these 2 weeks tell the story. If LA is 2 or 3 games ahead at the end of the gauntlet, look, I understand. I can see the writing on the wall, but I don't even really care about that stuff. The Padres just need to set their sights up. Up. Keep going up. The Cubs are a couple of games behind them. Passing the Cubs has a ton of value for San Diego. So just keep winning and see where it shakes. But I think if you're ahead of LA in 2 weeks from now, I like your chances.
Chasing the division keeps you sharper, I think, rather than almost
resigning
accepting
yourself.
and settling for a wild card spot. I think it keeps you sharper and playing better baseball.
Keep
100%.
in mind, though, and I want to point this out to everybody, that while the Padres and Dodgers play 6 times over the next 2 weeks, and you could go 4-2, you could even go 5-1. While the Padres play 7 against the Giants, the Dodgers are playing 7 against the Rockies and Angels. Which means even if you win your games against LA, if you don't dominate the Giants, you're probably losing ground to the Dodgers because they're not. I can't see them losing more than 1 or 2 against the Angels and Rockies in those 7. I really can't. I mean, those are really not good teams. And with that, so, I mean, it's not going to be easy to gain ground in the next couple of weeks, Craig.
No, it's not. And San Francisco is an okay team. Now, the Angels are around 500, and they gave the Dodgers a lot of trouble
they
earlier
them,
in the year.
Didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's revenge
possible
on LA's mind. I'll just say this about the Dodgers. The Dodgers obviously spent twice as much as any other team. So they've got every advantage in the universe. But they have overextended their top 2 players this year. Mookie Betts being asked to play full-time shortstop has taken a toll on him offensively. Shohei Ohtani returning to be the world's greatest player, two-way player, has taken a little bit of a toll on him offensively. And taking that all the way down to October, you wonder what's going to be left in the gas tank for those guys. No one's ever going to shed a tear for Dodger Blue when you spend twice as much money as any other team in the league. You're supposed to win it all. But along the way, they've made some decisions that are borderline arrogant that could catch up to them at the end.
I hope it does. I really, really hope it does. I
The
need
Dodgers, borderline arrogance.
I'm shocked.
It's shocking.
Shocked. Yeah. Well, I saw Dave throwing a couple of his players under the bus yesterday, which is wild to see. Shohei Ohtani being one of them. But, Dave needs to remember those stats aren't going to pad themselves. Any chance you get to steal third, you have to take it if you're Shohei Ohtani. So, whatever. I watched the end of that game. I almost vomited. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, they tried. They gave him 7 strikes up there, and he still
a rookie, right?
Against a rookie, and he gets Ohtani and Betts. It was absolutely incredible to see that guy get out of that yesterday.
Craig, as always, appreciate it. We'll look for new episodes of Padres Hot Tub, Chromaniacs, and Crossing Streams coming up this week.
All right, guys, take care. We'll talk to you next Monday.
All right, Craig Elston, each Monday at 7:35, talking Padres, SDFC, and more. Always enjoy our conversations with Craig. All right, that was a fast 2 hours.
It really was.
We will come back. Hour number 3, we'll play some Take on Wood. Still have a phenomenal Vegas getaway. Qualified Tier 1-4. We've got Dennis Lynn, our Lynn Sider from The Athletic, and more. All coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm still kind of getting back into the routine of being here on the continental United States.
Yeah, we weren't in Hawaii.
You weren't.
We don't
in
have
Hawaii.
to get back into any routines. Polly and I have been in the United States this whole time.
Yeah. You guys
no
have
adjustment
been here.
from island time for us.
No. Bo tried to pull the other night. I'm jet lagged. I go, you're not jet lagged.
You don't know what that means.
He goes, what time is it in Hawaii? I go, all right, it's 5:36, whatever. When I was trying to put him down to bed, he goes, see? He goes, I'm used to 6. I go, you little SOB. You smart little turd. I'm telling you, man, it's certainly been an adjustment getting back. Now the routine really, really starts. It's kind of the new season, back to school and all that. So getting geared up for that, certainly. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. And we're fully back. We got baseball practice, football practice, t-ball, all of it. Like it's all back. The summer is over officially tomorrow for the Woods family. And I think
tomorrow?
School tomorrow. 2nd grade, my little guy starts, man. He was going to come in today and hang out. And he walked up to me last night kind of sadly. He goes, Dad, I'm not going to go to the thing tomorrow. And I go, what thing? He goes, your work. I'm not going to go.
Oh, that's right. You said last week that he was going to be in today before he gets started with school later in the week.
Yeah, he told me, I want to come in. I haven't gotten to go to work with you this summer. I said, yeah, you're right. He's been in a ton of camps and stuff. And I said, well, you can come in on Monday. And he said, I'm not going to go to the thing. I said, why? And he goes, I want to sleep in. It's my last day. And yeah, man, obviously, like, I'm bummed I don't get to take him on his first day, but Hannah's got it covered. Got all the backpacks and all the school supplies. I mean, she really knocks it out of the park. It's no easy task.
I saw the backpacks.
The backpacks
are
elite. They're elite.
They're something,
They're
to be
elite.
sure.
They're elite.
They're going to stand out.
Yeah. I don't know why she does
amongst
it.
their
but
classmates.
But she does it. She does it.
They're like solid gold covered.
Yeah, they're solid
with
gold.
Padres like bling all over.
All over it. Yeah.
I mean, these things are seriously attention-grabbing backpacks.
Yeah, they're no lame Jansport LL Bean bag that I had, going to. I thought mine was cool. I got my backpack. My dad got me a backpack. It was I'll never forget it. Blue LL Bean backpack, and it had the reflector stripe on the back. So if you're walking in the dark, somebody doesn't slam into you. I had that, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. What they have for these kids now is through the roof. It's insane. And I told the boys last night as I was putting them to bed, I said, you both better thank your lucky stars you got a mom that is as extra as she is. She gets you all the cool gear. You each got new cleats. They're growing so fast, too. They really run through stuff. And I said, that woman spends the majority of her time getting you the best gear, the coolest stuff, the best clothes. You don't have to worry about anything. It was a constant struggle in my home. Constant.
What's your policy on hand-me-downs from Bo to Taylor?
Taylor's fine with it.
He's okay with it?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he's fine.
So after Bo, grows out of something, you usually have to wait then another year or so, and then you store it, and then you bring it back out for Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's getting pretty big, so he's
that can be tough when
growing.
I think you're the second child, and you're kind of getting second crack at some of these shirts, and
I don't think he really cares. He likes he picks out all his own clothes. But Bo doesn't. Taylor Hannah lays his stuff out for him. And but Taylor goes and picks his own gear. He doesn't care about shirts. Like what if Bo wore that shirt too? You have to buy everything. If you buy something new, the other one has to have the exact same thing. That's how that works. But
so he does get some new stuff.
Oh
as
yeah,
well. It's not all
tons. So yeah, man, he's it's crazy. 2nd grade already, man. It's nuts. He'll start tomorrow. Excited for him. It's a good year. He asked me the other day, he goes, what are your favorite years in school? And I went over it and I went,
that's an interesting question.
I thought about it. I go, 2nd grade was awesome. It was Miss Frank. 4th grade was Miss Peterson. 6th grade was Mr. Sabatelli. Oh, there he is. 8th grade, 10th grade, and 12th grade. They were all even years for me. I had the best years.
Say senior year of high school, then 6th grade was great. Being the big man on campus. I was big man on campus in both places. Junior high is pretty low on the list. Junior high is so awkward.
8th grade was awesome. Are you kidding? I had the time of my life.
8th grade was good, but I was still just very awkward phase. Freshman year of high school was tough, adjusting to the big
I think I've asked,
school.
did you guys have just 7th and 8th grade middle school?
Yes, we had the
I know some
middle
schools
school,
do like
7th,
6,
8th.
7, 8.
Yeah, we had 7-8.
It's so awkward because you got 2 years there.
Yeah, it's weird.
The first year, you're the runts. Everyone is bigger than you and older than you. Then you rule the school the next year, except you got the cloud of high school kind of hanging over you.
Then you're terrified.
Yeah.
That summer after 8th grade sucks.
And then
don't
even worry about all the body changes and
Yes.
girls and all that crap. Because you're 13, 14, middle school. It's the absolute worst.
Yeah. You have one good reprieve year of 8th grade where you're like, I am the king. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm a dead man. Next year, I'm a dead man walking into 9th grade. I'm a dead man. It was really, really, really scary. But I loved all my even years were my best years. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Just elite years. So this is
now most people do not pick their junior year because it academically is usually the toughest one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I like my junior year, but again, I was a good student. So
I moved midway through junior year. Midway, it was the worst time you could have possibly moved. So, it's been a really, really fun summer. We're ready to get back into that grind, though. I know everybody sending their kids off to school maybe this week. Some people I saw still have weeks to go. And when we were kids, you had all the month of August to rage until, after Labor Day, we would go back.
School starting before Labor Day, would have been pure psychopath behavior for
Crazy.
me growing up. It was September, 4th or whatever. Every single year, first week of September, after Labor Day, no questions asked.
Yeah,
couldn't even fathom
mid
early
Labor
to
Day
mid
kind of
August.
crummy holiday though, because you knew it was the end.
Yeah, it was the end.
This is the worst holiday ever.
It really was.
But at least
one more day
tacked on the summer to worry about the start of school.
I think it's fitting. It was always fitting though, because you got all of July and all of August.
Yes,
and
to
you got a 3-day weekend, made it a 4-day, an early week, an easier week to start off at school. But I don't know. I think I liked having 2 full months, really 2.5 if you got out in mid-June or whatever, but all of July, all of August, and then, September school starts, not August 11th.
I know. It's crazy.
You're like, wait,
man.
August 9th is my last weekend of the summer? What? That doesn't sound right.
It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts, man. But I'm fired up for him. And Taylor's a little bummed. He's going to be the big man on campus at preschool this year. And a lot of his friends went to kinder. So he's sweating that. But he's got that weird birthday in November where it's like, bro, this is going to be your whole life,
like
man.
That too.
This is going to be
the youngest.
This is going to be your whole life.
I'm September. So you were probably July. You were probably the youngest.
I was the
in your
youngest
class?
my senior year of high school. I was 17 when I graduated high school. So I was the youngest. I had to get a fake ID to go on our senior trip in Cancun. Just to you had to be 18 to drink over there. So I had to get a fake ID just to go.
Having mid-September, it always worked out well. I was very easily able to associate a grade with an age.
Yeah.
The start of the school year, 2 weeks later was my birthday. So that made life easier. I had a kid. His birthday was 2 weeks after mine, the end of September, but a year behind. And
so
he was
did
still
you
in my
turn
class.
18 early in your senior year of high school? See, I didn't turn 18 until 3 months into my first year of college.
Yeah.
So I was always one of the very youngest
opposite.
in my class.
Yeah, me too.
Sophomore year, I got my license the first month of school.
Yeah, and we thought maybe we rush this dude along, and get him in kinder. But there's rules and regulations and T-ball, all this. There's all these rules now about how old you have to be. So yeah, I'm excited, man. It's the summer was amazing. Obviously, I had an incredible summer personally. 3 of the best trips of my life I took. One of them would have been enough to be, this is the best trip. Our trip to Philly was elite. My trip to England was elite. My trip to Hawaii was elite.
What was the total mileage? Did you
21,000?
21,000 miles.
Yeah.
Traveled in the last month or so.
Crazy, man. My ass is killing me.
Seems like a lot, but I've seen in the chat, Carl is in the Philippines joining us today. I saw Chengdu, China in our chat as well. No, those are long flights.
That's a long flight.
Those are some really long flights.
That's a long flight.
Before we get to the rest of the second half of the program, we got Take on Woods, Dennis Lynn coming up. A little bit of business. You might have heard the promo during our last break, but I also wanted to mention to everybody, we are going to have a Ben and Woods get-together this Saturday. And when I was at the game yesterday, I was in line for food at Grand Ole Barbecue, and a Tier 1 looked and said, hey, Ben, big Tier 1. And he goes, I actually went to Moneyline in Encinitas after you guys mentioned it last week that you were going to be having the Tier 1 get-together. And he said it was very cool. Had some good food. He had a barbecue sandwich. And he said, I hope they're ready for the Tier 1 crowd that's going to be there, though, on Saturday, because we are doing a Tier 1 takeover, essentially, of the brand new spot, Moneyline, kind of sports bar, 30 TVs on Coast Highway in Encinitas. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Going to watch some baseball. Food, drinks. We're going to have an autographed jersey, a pair of tickets to an upcoming home game to give away. You, me, Paulie, we're all going to be there, and inviting any tier ones. I mean, North County, or if you want to make the drive up from wherever in San Diego, please come join us this Saturday. We don't do a lot of these get-togethers, but the opportunity presented itself, and we all said, "Yeah, we don't have plans that Saturday night. Let's get together, just watch the game together, hang out on Saturday."
Did they say who the jersey's from?
I cannot say.
Shut up.
Did not say.
You
It never
already
happened.
said,
I did
though.
not.
Oh,
I
okay.
did not.
All right.
Everybody shut up.
We totally dumped that.
Carlos said, "Oh, there are giveaways. That is news to me." Yeah,
Of course
first
it is.
you've
It's
heard
news
of
to
this.
everybody. No one heard anything about that on Friday at all.
Right.
That was one of the funnier moments.
It was
of the,
so
last
so-
couple of weeks for sure.
So elite. So elite.
Adam put the disclaimer at the bottom of his email that said, "Don't read this
In
on the
all
air." which
caps.
I had already read it before I got to the disclaimer.
Maybe read
so.
something once before just going
I
right to
guess
the air.
that's probably a good lesson to learn before
excellent.
reading it on the air. Read the
Excellent.
whole email, then you'll know if there's any disclaimer at the back end of the email.
Love it.
All right, we do need a contestant for Take on Woods. If you want to try to qualify for the Getaway to Las Vegas, Resorts World, the $175 food and beverage credit, and the day club passes, now is the time to call in at 833-288-0973. Got our musical trivia game, Woods v Tier 1, coming up next, 833-288-0973. We'll get to that coming up on Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
We had one of our best ever get-togethers at 7 Mile Casino back the start of last season when the team was playing in Japan. Man, that was that was crazy. Now that one was at 3 in the morning or whatever it was when we got together. What a night that was. You can go to 7 Mile without necessarily being at 3 in the morning, but one of the great things is they were open. They didn't have to be open special for us. One of the few 24/7 spots in San Diego, not just to play cards, but they got food 24/7 on the players menu from Sammy's. I know there's a lot of people who work weird hours, strange shifts. You're looking for a place that's fun, hang out, have a drink. TVs are on. People are playing cards. You can go there any time of the day.
Yeah, and speaking of playing cards, they got California-style blackjack, pie gow, Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, and there's no slot machines in there. So if you're a card player, it's a great place for you. They will cater to the high-limit player as well. They will take good care of you.
Absolutely. No driving out to the East County, miles and miles. Parking garages, smoky casinos, none of that. It's smoke-free. It's right on the water in Chula Vista. Beautiful views. Just check it out. It's our spot. Make it yours. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Wood's taking some slings and arrows in our chat right now.
Randos just show up. They're like, just start unloading on me. I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I'm 50, bro. I'm not a grandfather. He's like, oh, your kid. So who's the granddad bringing his kid to school? I'm like, I don't know. I'm 50. It's not that weird.
Don't know that accusing Woods of marrying a younger woman and starting a family is the big burn that you think it is. But
whatever. You got me. Dead to rights. Dead to rights. It's just weird. The chat is a weird place. It's also Dodger week, down
That's
the road.
True. It's a little early, but yeah, we are heading toward 3 games starting on Friday up in Los Angeles.
They're showing up in the chat already, which again, I find very odd, but I appreciate it because it pretty much helped fund our trip to Philadelphia. So keep it coming. Paulie, make sure you get a lot of clips up this week.
Oh, yeah.
Get that, keep that money rolling.
Are they starting to feel a little more confident again based on the return of some of their arms, perhaps?
Maybe. I mean, they're
Snell and Glass
Snell looked unbelievable.
He did look good
the other day.
10 strikeouts against the Blue Jays in a win over the weekend.
Well, it's nice when you can rest a guy. You can still be leading the division and rest. And honestly, that's what I think they did. And I've said it all year. I said I said it before the season. I said if I'm Andrew Friedman and the Brain Trust over in LA, I don't really need Glass now pumping 80, 90 pitches out in April and May. Nor do I need Snell doing that. We have enough. We have enough to rest these guys. A little phantom IL, his shoulder hurts, whatever. Bring them back in August and September when you really need them, and they've done that. And they actually look. They look really, really good. Glass now looked fine yesterday. The one that scares me, though, is they're getting Kopech and Tanner Scott back on Friday night. So there you go.
I saw someone
just in time
accusing the Padres of setting their rotation to, I think it's Cease, King, and Darvish are going to be facing the Dodgers. I would say if the Padres are setting their rotation, they make sure Pivetta was facing the Dodgers. He's been the best pitcher. If anyone's setting their rotation, It's the Dodgers, perhaps, to face the Padres. So, yeah, you can do that. You don't, I mean, there's a reason that you'd want to have your best pitchers in that series for sure. But I haven't noticed Mike Schilt doing anything odd in his rotation to try to, orchestrate any particular matchups against the Dodgers coming up this week.
Yeah, Mr. Gaspo wants his more Dodger fans showing up in the chat than at the games. Yeah, it looked pretty dead out there in the 8th inning yesterday out in the outfield. Just empty out there. I get it. It's hot, but, listen.
Yeah, I had to sit in the outfield during the playoffs, and it was still warm in October out there. It can definitely be toasty.
Yeah, very toasty.
At Chavez Ravine. Yep. Much more inland than Petco Park, which is right on the water.
Indeed.
Best ballpark in America.
That's right.
Sure.
America's number one ballpark.
All right. We will have Dennis Lynn, our Linsider, coming up at the bottom of the hour. But right now, let's get to today's game. It is time to play Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Joe. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Let's see if we can get you qualified for our spectacular monthly grand prize drawing. This month, it is a trip for 2 nights at Resorts World Las Vegas, 2 VIP expedited admission passes to the AU Day Club, and a $175 food and beverage credit. 5.5-acre pool complex. Special summer rates available now at rwlasvegas.com with no resort fees and complimentary parking. All right, to give you the advantage in our musical trivia game, I will let you pick the category today. Here are your choices. We have Song Inception. Those are 5 song titles that include the word song in the title, and they're all 2-second songs. We have Talk Dirty to Me, 5 song titles that begin with the word dirty. And now we have another wish list. We played one last week, 5 more song titles that begin with I Want. So, Song Inception, Talk Dirty to Me, or another wish list. What would you like to play, Joe?
Well, Talk Dirty to Me.
Talk Dirty to Me. All right, so today we are looking for 5 song titles that all begin with the word dirty. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left at the end. The first question, Paulie will cue it up, is our 2-second song. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. Joe, are you ready to play?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Again, the category is Talk Dirty to Me. 60 seconds on the clock. Joe, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, ACDC.
Correct. Don Henley didn't pull any punches on gossipy TV news in which 1982 solo hit.
Dirty Laundry.
Correct. In an interview, Michael Jackson told Barbara Walters that which single from his Bad album wasn't about the then Princess of Wales, but about a groupie.
Dirty Diana.
Correct. In the 3rd season premiere of The Sopranos, Tony is in his SUV singing along to which 1972 hit by Steely Dan.
Dirty Work.
Correct. In 2005, which lead single became the first top 10 hit for the band All American Rejects for the perfect score?
Dirty Little Secret.
Oh, well played, Joe. He takes care of the Dirty Deeds category. Talk Dirty to Me, 5 for 5. You were in, Joe. Stay on the line. Paulie will get all your information during the break. Well done. Now it's just a matter of Woods can match that performance. Bring him back in. All right, Joe's score is locked.
Very demonstrative in here. I saw through the window.
It might have been a fairly good performance. I won't tell you the score you need to beat or tie, but we'll see how you do. No category for Woods. 60 seconds back on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Joe.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC.
Correct. Don Henley didn't pull any punches on
Dirty Laundry.
Correct. In an interview, Michael Jackson told Barbara Walters that which single from
Dirty Diana.
Correct. In the 3rd season premiere of The Sopranos, Tony is in his SUV singing along to which 19...
Dirty Work.
Correct. In 2005, which lead single became the first top 10 hit for the band All American Rejects?
Damn it. So good for 4.
Joe knew this one.
Did he? Crap. Can't say what I want to say.
Because you know it's not right, and you know it's going to cost
It's
you.
going to cost me.
You have to keep thinking for a little bit. What?
And it's
think of
disgusting.
a phrase.
It's disgusting what I was going to say. Did me dirty.
No.
Do me dirty.
No.
Sorry. Joe wins it 5-4.
No way.
He got dirty little secrets.
Oh,
and you didn't.
dirty little secret.
Yeah, you know it. See, you do know it.
What happened?
Stop.
It's not
It's
doing it.
broken, and it sounds even worse now.
It sounds worse, bro. Oh, you need water in it.
I love Taylor, but I'm going to break that into 1,000
I need a
pieces.
hammer right now. No.
Oh my god.
Please stop. Joe, congratulations.
Nice
You were
work,
into the
dude.
drawing
5 for 5.
for Las Vegas in the category.
Oh, I was rolling. Nice work, Joe.
Talk dirty to me was the category. I'm sure Paulie already pulled it for some reason.
Damn it.
I already have you saying that.
Oh, you
What did he say?
The category's name was Talk Dirty to
Talk
Me.
dirty. Oh, we can use that, Paulie.
For sure.
He's out of town on the 22nd. So let's.
Ooh.
What was the one we pulled last week? That was really, really good.
We pulled a few last
We did pull a
week.
few. Last week was a really nice week for drop.
Here's all since these are just since the trade deadline.
Okay.
Let's see here.
A woman's place is in the kitchen.
Jeez, Ben.
I want
And-
your sex. Rubber phallus. Tommy Lasorda was a great manager. Him and Steve Garvey were good friends. That was a handwritten note to the station, remember?
That was easily,
These were all
as of
quotes.
right now, my favorite
Epic
Ben
for
drop
the
of the
most
year.
part. It's epic. It's epic. Was it? Is there another one?
Tommy Lasorda was a great manager.
It's so matter of factly.
Swallows.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's brilliant.
All right, let's take a time out. Paulie will get Joe's information during the break. Him and Steve Garvey were good friends.
Oh, I love it. Megan, your wife said sounds like a reading test. It does. It's like Bo trying to read a book.
Tommy Lasorda was a great manager. Him and Steve Garvey were good friends.
He's like reading a terrible
Dodgers
child's
history book.
Yeah.
I have tears. I have actual tears in my eyes.
See, Tommy Lasorda managed. Managed, Tommy Lasorda.
Managed, Tommy.
Managed.
Oh.
Yes, I was cheering for the Dodgers yesterday.
Whoa. Holy
That actually
cow.
was probably when they were taking on the Brewers.
That's
I was
right.
like,
Not out of context.
that's
Not
right.
out of context.
In that sense. Now I'm glad the Brewers won those games because the Padres are now just 2 games
I
behind.
told you. I told
You're
you
right.
that.
Yeah, you were right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll get to our Lynn Sider. Dennis Lynn's going to join us when we come back. More Ben and Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, if I can get through the choking, through the tears here, wanted to tell you about QC Kinetics. And yeah, I remember a few years back, I was actually choking the tears away because I didn't know if I was going to have to go in and get wrist surgery, which I really did not want to do. I didn't want to deal with the surgery, the recovery, and all of it. Went to QC Kinetics. The timing was perfect. And I was skeptical. I said, what? All right, I'll try it. Went in. I couldn't believe it, man. 5 sessions, and my wrists are back to feeling where they are stronger than they've ever been. I did jam one up a couple weeks ago. I'm kind of getting through that now, and if it continues to be sore, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going back to QC Connects. I'm going to get another treatment on it. So if you woke up this morning, your knees are barking at you, your back hurts, your shoulders, at least give them a call. Get a free consultation with them, 619-614-PAIN. They got locations in Hillcrest and Torrey Hills.
Where is Tory Pills?
No pills, no surgery, no downtime. Torrey Hills is where it is. 619-614-PAIN. Give them a call. See if you're a good candidate. Let them fix you up. There are thousands of patients like myself who'll tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. So again, Torrey Hills and Pillcrest, as it were. 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Huge week for your San Diego Padres. They're all big now, but when you're in the division for the next 13 games in a row, you certainly can see why these are pivotal matchups for your San Diego Padres coming up. With 7 against the Giants, 6 against the Dodgers. And by the way, while the Giants are now 7 games behind the Padres, they're pretty buried in the standings behind the Padres. They're not out of the playoff hunt by any stretch of the imagination. They're only 4 games behind the Mets for the last wild card spot. Now, they were sellers at the deadline. I don't sense a lot of optimism. I saw a radio host up there going, yeah, losing 2 to the Nationals over the weekend feels like the kind of death knell. He says, I'll give them the Padres series coming up, but it feels like we're about to fold up the tent and go home for the season. So you've got a team potentially on the ropes this week, but you actually have to, you got to win the deliver
games.
The knockout blow.
Yep.
And that would be great if the Padres could and beat up on the Giants and, at least match what the Dodgers are doing against the Angels and the Rockies before, in and around their 6-6 head-to-head meeting. So we'll talk about that and more with our Linsider, Dennis Lynn. He is standing by and will join us right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. Just loaded up on the 805 northbound at Telegraph Canyon Road. Got a crash. 2 right lanes are blocked. Then on the southbound side, somebody broke down right at H Street. Before you hit the beach, the mountains, or even the 5 this Labor Day weekend, be road trip ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in your car while they change your oil and check your tires, battery, and fluids. Coupons at cowoilchange.com. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Happy Monday, Padres fans. It's time to discuss the weekend that was for the Padres with our Ben and Woods Linsider, Dennis Lynn from The Athletic. Brought to you by the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Things are about to get real with the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks, it gets real this summer at Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
And as we welcome in Dennis Lynn, I think one thing that Woods and I both agreed on this weekend, Dennis, is that the Red Sox are legit.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think means the Padres winning the series against the Red Sox is also somewhat telling. What were your takeaways, kind of big picture for the weekend? And welcome and good morning.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Number one, I agree with you. The Red Sox are legit. I think there was a time, not that long ago, actually, where, I think AJ Prowler and the Padres front office were wondering, how can we get our hands on Jaron Duran? I don't know if this has been out there.
Hold on, D-Len, it's cutting out. Let's try you back. Paulie, try him back. See if we can get a better connection.
It's close. It's one where
it's
you feel like
right
you
just
kind of hang up and try again. We might be fine.
right
So let's just call him right back. But yeah, I mean, to me, I was surprised, honestly, how deep both the pitching staff and lineup were for Boston. I mean, they certainly seem like not only a team that's going to make the playoffs, but one that potentially could run their way all the way through the American League right now, considering there are no dominant teams in the American League right now.
I mean, look how athletic they are. Oh my God. And Bregman just ripping doubles down the line still, just a total package. And you look at Duran, how athletic he is, and Rafaela and all those guys, and they don't even have Marcelo Mayer in there right now.
Roman Anthony doesn't look like a rookie either.
Roman Anthony does not look like a rookie. My God. I mean,
Rafaela's play at second base. Go, how does he make they're pushing.
They said he's the best center fielder on the roster, and he looks like a gold glover at second base. No, we were just talking, Dennis, about how athletic that Red Sox team is, and to win those last two games was pretty incredible, man. They are a legit team.
Yeah, I agree. They were not that long ago. They were kind of on the ropes, I guess, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
When AJ Prowler was trying to get his hands on Jaron Duran, as we all know, and I think even Aroldis Chapman. Honestly, he's always liked Aroldis Chapman. So you can imagine what the bullpen would look like with him. But obviously, Mason Miller is maybe just as good right now, and you got David Morgan coming in throwing 99. So. Yeah, the Red Sox, good for them. They have really turned their season around since all those Duran rumors first started coming out, and I think that's a really good indication for the Padres as they head into this really important stretch.
Well, and you did a piece talking about Michael King's return to the mound. Obviously, needed him back. One of those freak weird injuries, a nerve in his shoulder, fatigued him, and looked. Again, they had him on a very limited pitch count, but when he had that 3-2 changeup to strike out Roman Anthony, I went, yep, that's the Michael King that we know and have grown to love here in San Diego. And you got a chance to talk to him after. Is that true?
Yeah, it was just me, but yeah, I was there.
Okay. Yeah, and he's, what did he kind of intimate about how he felt and what they're going to expect from him going forward? I'm assuming like all starting pitchers coming off of injury, it'll be kind of a slow ramp up. I don't expect him to go out and throw, 99, 98 pitches in his next start, but by all accounts, he seemed to be feeling pretty good.
Exactly. It's going to be a gradual build-up. He's not going to go out there and throw 90, 100 pitches next time out. It's going to be, I would guess, around 80, 85. If things go well, and that's really big for the Padres if they can get him into the 5th or 6th inning, because as Mike Schilt keeps saying, they need more innings from their starters, and once he gets ramped up, he might still be their number one starter. No offense to Nick Pivetta, who's been really reliable, and Dylan Cease, who looks kind of like his old self these last few starts. But if he can get back to the Michael King that they saw, in April and May and all of last season, then I think you not only look at possibly the best bullpen, or maybe probably at this point the best bullpen in the game. You look at one of the better starting pitching staffs in the game, and that would give the Padres a huge leg up going into September.
How do you kind of project the starting rotation going forward? The Padres do have a stretch of 13 straight games coming up, I believe, after Thursday's off day. Do you think they'll bring back JP Sears and go with a 6-man rotation? But that, of course, when you can't necessarily count on King or Darvish going deep into games. You might tax your bullpen more with an extra starter. How do you think the Padres are going to play this here in the second half of August?
No, I think that's a key point. Taxing your bullpen potentially is not something they want to do, especially this time of year, and especially, like you said, with King and Darvish maybe not going that deep into games for right now. So I think it's on the table, a 6-man rotation once we get into that stretch of all those games in a row. But I think also they'll look at, where those two guys are, King and Darvish, and their build-ups, and how tax the bullpen is, and make a decision from there. So I think it's a possibility, but if I guess, I would maybe lean toward them not going toward it. They do have, obviously, like you said, a couple options in AAA, but they're not quite as maybe deep as they were after trading away Ryan Berger and Stephen Kolek. So it'll be an interesting toss-up, I think, going into that stretch of games.
Man, and Berger looked really good pitching yesterday. I think he had 8 Ks for the Royals, just slotted right in their rotation. I haven't seen how Kolek has done yet, but to get Freddie Fermin back and, a guy that you probably look at, Dennis, if we do make the playoffs, I don't see Elias Diaz getting a lot of work in the playoffs. It could be a total Jorge Alfaro situation when Austin Nola caught every single inning and every single pitch. Freddie Fermin looks to be a really, really smart and heady pickup at a big cost by AJ Prowler, but he has fit in pretty nicely so far.
No doubt. Yeah, it was a steep cost. I remember when it first came across that Ryan Berger was going in there, you just kind of go, ooh, that's interesting deal for a 30-year-old backup catcher.
Right.
But yeah, he just hasn't really had a opportunity to be a starter until now. And so far, the returns look pretty good. We'll see about the next couple of years with those 2 starting pitchers that they gave away and how they progress. Could come back to bite the Padres, but I mean, Ethan Salas, we've been waiting for him for feels like forever. I think he's only still 19, so maybe we should give the kid a break, assuming he's still on the team come this time next year. You never know with Prowler and the Padres, but Freddie Fermin, controllable for the next few years. I think the Padres feel like they feel like they did when they got Austin Nola, a few years ago, and also they're hoping it works out better.
Yes,
but,
they are.
He's Freddie Fermin's a guy who looks like he's an asset on both sides of the ball, and that's not something they've had for a sustained period of stretch for a while.
Dennis, your submarine seems to be diving into deeper water again. So, we'll let you go. We already got some good stuff out of you this week, and we'll talk to you again next Monday. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
Sorry about that, guys. Thank you.
It happens.
He's
it
on
absolutely
potato
happens.
phone. It's fine.
Honestly, I only had one more question for Dennis, and we can
ask me, and I'll answer it.
We can bandy it about, and I wanted to get his thoughts on the resurgence of Xander Bogarts and what really you think has gone on with Xander.
What really happened? I have no idea. Are you kidding? It's been incredible.
I mean, there's theories. There's health. That he's just feeling healthier than he has in most of his, 2.5 years with the Padres. There is less swing tinkering. Like if something kind of clicked in and he's just sticking with it and it is working, he's definitely pulling the ball more. We saw that on the home run on Saturday, which wasn't even a particularly well hit ball. I mean,
I don't think he thought he got it.
You can hit a ball 106 and launch it on a perfect angle. And
that's Jackson Merrill
dies in the warning track. Jackson Merrill's had like 14 of those. And Xander can, stick his butt out and like one hand swing one down the line for 350 feet at 93 miles an hour. And that ends up being a home run at Petco Park.
It's crazy because
it doesn't even seem fair to Jackson.
So clearly Xander is living right and Jackson is living wrong right now because I've never seen an unluckier hit.
But Xander's also hit many balls very hard. His swing speed looks good. Yep. I mean, he is driving the ball toward gaps. Some of those home runs were left center. They weren't right down the line and left as well. So he's definitely hitting the ball better as well, but he looks like a different player.
Some numbers here because we have a MLB Network on in the studio, and a few minutes ago they did a full Mark DeRosa did a deep dive on Xander Bogarts in particular and some of the numbers. They're going over his last 36 games. So I mean, we're talking mid-June, late June, somewhere in there. Slash line of 326, 377, 529.
Elite.
10 doubles, 6 home runs.
That's insane.
He's just been absolutely the player we hoped we were signing and then some, I think. You know what I mean? Or at least at the very bare minimum, this is what you were
those
hoping
numbers
to get.
He actually lives up to $25 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, if he consistently put up those numbers, then he is being fairly paid for what he is delivering. And we both had really given up on ever even hoping to see that out of Xander. Like, we know he's going to be overpaid for this entire contract, but just come on, just contribute, play some decent defense, get some hits, be okay. But now he's better than okay. He's been one of the best offensive performers in the National League for not 2 weeks, not a month. We're going on almost 2 months now, where he has consistently been a top performer.
It's a big
in the
enough
National
sample
League.
size where you can say he's having a really, really great
phenomenal.
season.
We're not, again, there's so many unsung heroes and sung heroes for the Padres this year. He's definitely one of them. His resurgence has really helped spark this team. And, again, Jackson's just continuing to get unlucky. Fernando remains. I wanted to ask Dennis about Fernando. Fernando addressed last week facing his demons when he goes into the batter's box, and was like, "Ooh, man, like he's really feeling it." And listen, they continue to throw him hard in and up. I mean, he spent
one yesterday
directly at him
yesterday, and it's just one of those things where I did see a lot of the folks on Twitter, saying, "Oh, he needs to man up," and it's like, bro, I think somebody did the math. He's got like 116 pitches up near his face this year. It's so much easier said than done.
The general thinking is, if you do that and you walk him and you hit him,
he's gonna
then
hurt
go
you.
make him, make them pay for it by running around the bases and scoring, so they don't do it again. He does. He almost always does. He finds a way to score. He leads the Padres in runs scored.
Yep.
He continues to do it, steals bases, steals third, steals second, advances first to third, scores from first, does everything you want when you're on the bases. He should be a nightmare on the base path.
Stop.
I would think if I was a pitcher, I'd go, I'll take my chances and throw one over the plate, and maybe he hits it, maybe he doesn't, but I'm going to stop throwing him inside and putting him on base because that's doing more damage, yet they keep doing it like they think they found some sort of hack, and it's not really a hack necessarily. Yeah, he's not getting home runs, but certainly scoring, which is ultimately the point of baseball.
He's not slugging a ton, but again, he's helping you win. But I do feel for him, man. I do. I think it's much easier said than done to just dig in after they're going 98 up toward the face. Those are career enders, right there. That if he's not athletic enough to get out of the way, that could end somebody's career.
I mean, the point of baseball is to score runs. He has by far scored the most runs of anyone on the Padres, 82. Manny is second at 69. Xander's 54. I mean, Fernando is scoring runs, which is that's the name of the game on offense, is scoring runs. And he also prevents a ton of runs out in the outfield as well, more than any other outfielder in baseball.
Yep.
So if scoring runs and preventing runs are ultimately what you're trying to do, Fernando is one of the best players in all of baseball.
Correct.
He's just not hitting home runs or hitting, a high slugging percentage this season.
Yep, I get it, but he's extremely massively valuable to this team. So, I don't know, like Logan Webb, will he go up and into Fernando tonight? I don't think he will. I think he will just pitch his game, but you never know, man. It's certainly a strategy that seems to be, I guess you could say, working in that he's not hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
All right, we've got an hour to go. Rindle Report still to come. Don't go anywhere. We'll look ahead to the series against the Giants next here with Bennett Woods and Paul on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. I'll follow up a little bit more on Fernando Tatis Jr. here as we kick off the final hour number 4 of Ben and Woods on a Monday morning. And I hadn't seen this yet, but Kevin Acee spoke to Fernando Tatis Jr. about getting hit by another pitch yesterday. And he asked him, how tired are you of getting pitched inside and getting hit? And here was the quote from Fernando Tatis Jr. He said, yeah, I could charge the mound, but there's a reason why I've been holding myself. If I go out there, it's not like I'm just going to talk to him. If I go out there, I'm probably going to lose it. And at the end of the day, I'm probably going to lose more than what I can accomplish by doing that. Wow. So I'm just trying to stay in the game and find a way to beat them.
You know what that's called? It's called maturity. That's exactly what it is. That's the mark of a mature player, knowing I can't, bro. What if he ran out and broke his jaw or separated his shoulder again? He's more valuable to this team. Now it's up to, and we've said this before, and we've seen it a little bit. It's up to the other guys to do the defense for him. It really is. Somebody in the chat suggested, look, it's probably too late now, but if Tommy Pham gets DFA'd, you just put him on the roster so he can run out and beat the ass out of whoever's throwing it, Fernando. Somebody tweeted this weekend, Fernando should get one literal bullet to fire each series. I said, dude, that's how that guy's got to feel now. But that's maturity, man, not knowing this team needs me.
And, Fernando is pretty, I would say, transparent. Yeah. Actually, when you asked him, Acee asked him, he said if he thought pitchers had succeeded in messing with his head to some extent by pitching in on him. And here's what Tatis said. Probably. Because in the areas I've been hit in my hand, some of them have still been there, still hurt. Obviously, you baby flinch when you're at the plate, but I'm not putting that as an excuse. I just got to find a way and go out there and perform.
Love it.
Find a way. But he admits, the throwing inside does mess with him a bit, which is probably why it continues to happen. But just to once again touch again on the value that Fernando provides. And I get it's oversimplifying sometime to say runs scored is, the name of the game. As valuable as it is, there are other things you can do to contribute. But as I looked at the list of the players, here are your top, I don't know, how far do you want to go in terms of, let's do top 10 in runs scored. And I'll give you these names. Ohtani, Judge, Tatis, Soto, De La Cruz, Schwarber, Guerrero Jr., Raleigh, Tucker, Julio Rodriguez, Corbin Carroll. I mean,
those are all
absolute
perennial MVP candidates.
Superstars, every single one of them. And then you keep going. Lindor, Trey Turner, Jose Ramirez, Brent Rooker, Pete Crow Armstrong, C.J. Abrams, Bobby Witt Jr., Jackson Churio, Manny Machado, Eugenio Suarez, Mookie Betts.
That's really good company.
Fernando is third on that list that is nothing but the best players in all of baseball. Yeah. The guys who lead in runs nowadays, it used to be, Brett Butler would lead in runs. He'd get on base with a little, bunt, and then someone would hit a 2 or 3 run homer and drive him in, and he'd score a bunch of runs. Now, with the better players hitting higher in the order, it's only the best players who lead in runs at the end of the season. And Tatis is not only amongst them, he is third in the league in runs scored. Doesn't that tell you how valuable he is this season to the San Diego Padres?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good player.
That shouldn't
Glad we have him.
Shouldn't have to defend.
It's Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you why he hits leadoff, right? So, somebody asked who would be the enforcer of the San Diego Padres. Like, who would you least want to fight? I'm going with Ramon Laureano. I was just gonna say, this is the last guy I want to. You know who else looks sneaky, mean as hell is Ryan O'Hearn. Like, that dude gets salty up there at the dish. I'm like, ooh.
I would never want a pitcher to be an enforcer, but Mason Miller, just the threat of Mason Miller is somewhat intimidating.
6'5". He's got that.
Joe Musgrove.
I'm not talking necessarily in a brawl,
but we know him as such a sweetheart, Joe. But that's not a guy I would
mess with him either.
I mean, but you throw at any Padre, you have to realize they can bring in a guy who throws 104 miles an hour at any point in the game.
I would like to see it. I would like to see it. It's this weird thing, too, of like, I go back and forth, because we got into a little bit of the bean brawl wars with the Dodgers, and I was happy to see our guys stick up for Fernando. And I think, Shohei did a really nice job of saying, I get it. You didn't make a fuss. No worries. I understand why you did it. And it was kind of dead after that. But, when you're trying to win a World Series, when you're trying to win one, you're not a believer that things like that help you. I kind of am, but not at the expense of a win. I can understand why if Mason Miller's in the 8th in a close game, I don't know that I necessarily want him dotting
and that's
someone.
really more of my take is always, it's not that I don't believe in chemistry and defending your teammates.
Right.
I just don't want it to come at the expense of an actual victory.
And if we want to see Mason Miller do that intentionally, I don't know that it's ever going to happen, because when is he ever going to be pitching
That's
where
what I'm
it's
saying,
not
where it's
high
not
leverage?
like high leverage where you have a chance to win a ball game. Now,
if we're up 8-1 in the 7th inning and Mason
Then
Miller
they
comes
bring
out
him in.
could you make it more transparent?
I wouldn't even go up there if I was the other batter.
I was just trying to get old Mason some work.
Toddy got hit in the 6th. It's the top of the 7th in Dodger
8-1
Stadium.
and they bring in Mason
Oh
Miller.
my God.
I'm not going up there.
It's crazy, man. It's
Hey,
crazy.
DR, my back's hurting.
Yeah,
I think
ow.
I should probably.
my eyes pull my quad just now. Literally,
Dave Roberts, you're up. You're going, no. Dave, you go up and face him.
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. Again, it's been hard, and it's been hard since I've been saying it for many, many years. Fernando spends a lot of time on his rear end, a lot of time. Sometimes is he a little bit over dramatic? Sure, but that comes from the ones that miss his face by an inch. So, of course, you get a little bit panicked when the ball's coming in. I mean, we play Sundays play. They throw 75 miles an hour. You're like, right. Paulie got drilled on the hand. It hurts like a mother, dude.
It was last week.
25 miles an hour.
All right, it was like 75, maybe 80.
It
right on
hurts.
the wrist. It friggin' hurt. It still hurts.
It
Touch it, and I go,
hurts.
what would another 27, 28 miles per hour feel like?
You'd be in the hospital still from 2 weeks ago. You can't even fathom how fast that is. It's just so hard.
Another weekend, pretty much a lost weekend for Gavin Sheets. Got in a pinch hitting appearance in a 10-2 game in the 9th inning on Friday.
I feel
and
bad for him, man.
that was the only time that Gavin Sheets got into the ball game. Are we seeing this is the future for Gavin Sheets the rest of this season? He is pretty much a meaningless player on the Padres roster.
Honestly, with Sheets in there,
there's no right-handed hitters that you want to pinch. Let's say they bring in a right-handed pitcher to face a righty.
Right.
Which righty on the Padres are you going to pinch hit for?
I mean, maybe Fermin at the very, very maybe.
He's one of your hottest hitters,
But
though.
you know what I'm saying?
Tatis, Laureano.
If I'm looking for the guy, maybe we'll
Manny,
give Diaz the 9th or something. But
It's not Toddy. It's
So-
not Manny. It's not Bogarts.
it's not Laureano.
It's not Laureano.
I mean, it's not, and
maybe if Iglesias had a spot start late in the game. I mean, there's just no use for Gavin Sheets on the team right now, which is he was so important in keeping this team, getting them to the trade deadline and getting them where they are. And you could see a scenario where in the last month and a half, he has 5 at-bats the rest of the season.
Dude. It's tough, and I know it's probably messing with Schilt. I know it probably
And he
is.
may be your starting first baseman next year, depending on what you do in the offseason.
Sure.
So you're not just going to get rid of him,
Right.
but man, he has gone from integral player to completely overlooked. Second,
it's
doesn't
tough,
even give him
dude.
a second thought.
It's tough, and I wonder tonight. He's got, I think, decent numbers against Logan Webb. Maybe tonight's a good spot. Start for a spot for him to start. Maybe give Laureano a day, even though that makes me kind of sick to my stomach because he's been fantastic.
That's the tough thing. He's
But
been
you
so
gotta
good
do
against
it.
righties all season as well.
I know. You got to do it. You have to do it. You got to keep these guys because, again, you got to have that guy engaged and sharp because you need a bench off the bat in the playoffs potentially that has the ability to go deep. But again,
I know. But who again? For who again?
For me,
All right.
or Diaz, a catcher. That's it. That's it.
You need a home run. Fermin's not going to give you home runs. That's one thing that's
Diaz
not
is
really
not going to
part
give you
of
home
his
runs.
game.
Nope. So
Yeah,
Iglesias is
so-
not going to give you home runs.
So
he's
better
a-
chance with Sheets.
He's essentially your pinch hitter for your catcher when you need a home run in the playoffs late enough in the game that
in 8 weeks or
you're
whatever.
okay taking Fermin out and letting Diaz catch the last inning or two. That's the role that Gavin Sheets has now been left to the rest of the season.
Carlos said, I said,
Bench off
we
the
need a
bat,
bench off the bat. Did I? We need a bat off the bench or a bench off the bat.
It's kind of a role that
Monday.
Tyler Wade was in for 6 weeks.
Yeah, but Tyler Wade doesn't have Tyler Wade
different.
didn't have the
What I mean was from
the numbers. I mean, he doesn't have the power.
Yeah, but as far as like their defined new role and
sitting,
all of the digging that we could do during that stretch where Tyler Wade, we're like, is he alive? Is he on the team playing? Like, where has he been? Everything that we got was like, there's just not really.
There's not a lane.
He has such a specific use now as like late pinch runner that they can't really afford to use him in other situations.
Yeah,
and now it seems like that's kind of happening with
ID Money nails it. It's if Diaz or Iglesias are getting starts, you'll see Sheets get an AB. That's about it.
And I'll admit, I was on the other side of the equation. I was somewhat surprised, and it worked out. I give credit to Mike Schilt that he didn't pinch hit Iglesias for Jake with the bases loaded. They brought in the lefty reliever, and I thought, all right, here comes Iglesias, because you're not giving up any defensively. In fact, you're probably adding defense. You've got the lead. Get a righty against the lefty and a chance to maybe give the knockout blow, because Iglesias has been so clutch and good lately. But he left Jake in there, and Jake worked the walk to force in the run, which I'm not sure Iglesias would have done.
Fantastic.
Jake's got such a good eye.
He's really
his
playing
OBP
well.
remains elite, over 350, even though he's only hitting 240. He's got the lowest average in the lineup, but one of the highest OBPs, because, well, not only does he walk, but he gets hit like every other day now. I mean, he is really wearing them on that arm guard, but that's just his swing. He just has that little duck in and takes it off the elbow and takes his base, and he is very valuable in getting on. And he thought, I guess Schilt's thinking there, I didn't hear him comment, but you've got a new reliever coming in, bases are loaded, he's got to throw strikes, and I know my one guy who's not going to swing out of the zone is Jake Cronenworth, so make him throw strikes, and Jake did.
Yeah, it's like Tyler says. It means you can pinch hit for Diaz earlier. You can pinch hit for Diaz in the fourth if you have to. With Gavin,
the only problem with that is in the regular season, if Diaz is in there, it's because you wanted to give Fermin a day off.
Yeah,
and if you're pinch hitting for him in the fourth, you're not giving Fermin a day off.
Yeah, he's in there,
making him work for the final 5 innings.
Yep.
So.
It's again, these are pieces and you have to keep them engaged. You cannot let Iglesias rot. You cannot let Gavin Sheets rot on the bench. They need to be engaged in playing in ball games, but finding a lane is going to be difficult for Mike Schilt. And, look, at the end of the day, that means we're probably winning a lot of games, which is kind of the ultimate goal here. And I think Gavin Sheets understands that. And he's been nothing but a consummate professional. Ben, it can't have been easy. That guy was in there every day, saved our bacon on more than one occasion, and his contributions. And that's how you win a World Series. You have contributions all year long from different guys, and guys step up. And now our bench looks better than it did. And he's a huge part of that.
And not a peep of complaint or anything
not a word
out of Gavin Sheets.
As far as we know, not a word, man. He's like, whatever you need, from all these guys. It's been really cool to see.
I'll be interested to see if he maybe gets a start tonight. Yeah. The thing is, though, you want to win this game. I mean, you've dropped the series opener.
You can win a game
with
him in it.
You can
win a game with him in it.
But it's always tough to take a guy like Laureano out of your lineup, and you'll hear it from fans. If that lineup comes out and Laureano's not in it, you'll hear it on at least Padres Twitter. We'll go, What are you doing, Mike Schilt? Are you crazy? You got to have Laureano in there. So, it's always going to be
a better defender too. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's the whole package out there, dude. He really is.
Sheets is out in left field. and you're like, God, he hasn't played out there in 3 weeks and out in the winds, swirling winds of Oracle Park. Is that really the best decision that Mike Schilt can make tonight? So, it's tough.
DH him, but you got to get O'Hearn in there too. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Good problems.
O'Hearn at first, give Arise a day off, but Arise has been swinging the bat well lately.
Yep.
It's tough. Good problems. Cadillac problems.
Cadillac problems.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We still have our Roundel Report coming up. Some headline stuff that we didn't get to on the show today as we head toward 10 o'clock with more Ben & Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I get a chance to tell you once again about SDFatLoss.com. My weight loss journey happened 2 summers ago, and it was the first time I had ever lost weight without... Well, first of all, feeling miserable because I love being able to eat regular foods, not shakes and bars. I was eating chicken and steak and vegetables, so I could look forward to my meals every day, yet the weight was still coming off fast, up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days. That's what you can expect. That's what happened for me. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, no exercise required, no injections, no surgery. It's simply a way to reset your metabolism, eating at the right times, the right portions, and you watch the weight come off. It really is motivational. Your coach, your counselor will just kind of keep you going. Sometimes you'll stall a little bit. They'll give you a couple of techniques, tricks to try, usually get you right back on track. They're really good. But the biggest difference, sustainability. I have kept the weight off for now 2 full years. First time I've ever kept the weight off even more than 1 year after losing it. It is absolutely the difference maker, a sustainable program. Friends down the hall, Jess and John lost 70 pounds combined. Chris Scraby lost 77 pounds combined. Even Tony Gwynn Jr. is doing the program as well. You can do it as well. Jump in with all the tier ones by going to sdfatloss.com. Sign up for your free consultation. And right now, get $200 off here in the month of August at sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
No surprises in your San Diego Padres starting rotation for the next 3 games in San Francisco, beginning tonight at 6:45. Sammy Levitt with your Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show right here at 5:45 on 97.3 The Fan. Yu Darvish taking the mound against Logan Webb. Tough customer right off the bat for the San Francisco Giants. They also will have Robbie Ray going in game 2 tomorrow night at 6:45 against Nestor Cortes, making his second start for the San Diego Padres. And then Wednesday's day game series finale features Nick Pivetta against Kai Wei Tang in the final game of the series. I don't know much about Kai Wei Tang.
Nor do I.
He's Taiwanese. He's got a 5.4 ERA, mostly out of the bullpen. So I don't know if it's a
sounds like a nightmare
an
for us.
opener or a spot start sort of thing situation. He did start his last time out as well for the Giants, but obviously they traded away some pieces, which means they're going to have to promote and look at some different players here as well the rest of the season.
Logan Webb against the Pods in his last 10, 3-3 with a 2.43 ERA with 51 Ks.
You know, that's interesting. 2.43 ERA is fantastic. 3-3 means the Giants also don't score many runs against the San Diego Padres, which has always been their issue. So they're going to need good pitching performances, especially these next couple of days. Night games, San Francisco, tough pitchers on the mound. Low scoring is likely going to be the theme. And you've got Darvish and Cortes, who are, not entirely sure if they're completely locked in yet. Both coming off injuries and haven't pitched a whole lot this season. So
I think
interesting couple of games here.
Yeah, you listen, man. It's always on the offense, right? To get enough runs to mitigate a poor start, or at least 4 runs in 4 innings or whatever, and see if you can get a win and score late. The Padres have done really well scoring runs late, Benny. But their bullpen is fairly well set up tonight with Estrada not throwing yesterday, Miller not throwing yesterday. You got Yuki in case it gets blowout status. Robert Suarez had the day off yesterday as well, as did Wandy. By the way, Wandy, Paulie and I were talking about it. It's funny because I was talking to a buddy about it separately and my wife about it separately. Wandy Peralta, when he walks off the mound, is maybe my favorite look. He had the most wheels off inning the other day. Wheels off. It was the balked in a run for the hidden ball trick. That's probably on Manny at that point. But he can't touch the rubber. He did. So they called him
or
for the
they
ball.
said he was so close that he fooled the umpire as well.
Correct.
Which,
so whatever. Then he has that play up the line that he does a 360 turn. Throws.
It's good play. It just was the bad decision.
He's 4 feet from the bag. Just take the out. And he does it. Then he walks up the mound. The hat is cocked up. He looks like he was walking out of a bar at 6 a.m. in the morning after a bachelor party, like walking out of Dre's in Vegas. And it's the same if he strikes out the side or if he gives up 3 runs.
It doesn't matter what
he's just
happens to him. He looks like he just saw like his life flash before his eyes. Like every time they pan to him, it could be a routine fly ball to Fernando, right? Catches it, got the easy out. They'll pan back to Wandy, like when the ball is getting thrown around, and he's just like, whoa. What just happened?
It kills me every time he walks out to get his hand checked to go back into the dugout, and he walks in, he's like, like he's on a 3-day bender.
It's like my favorite player right now.
I love him so much.
I mean, Wandy probably has taken more shots
so
from
much shrapnel.
Padres fans over the last 2 years than anybody. He's 5-1 with a 3.15 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for your last guy in your bullpen, that's incredible. Honestly,
I love him.
I mean, he may even opt out of his contract after this year and try to get a multi-year deal somewhere else. Who knows?
The more like he saw it goes, he literally might be my favorite Padre, man. I'm telling you, he is so good, so funny. It was such a wheels off inning, though. It's just typical quintessential Wandy Peralta.
We got a couple of minutes here. We can wrap up the rest of the weekend that was in baseball. Talked obviously about the Dodgers taking 2 or 3 from the Blue Jays, but Toronto winning the game yesterday with 3 home runs in the last 2 innings. Guerrero, Barger, and Clement all going deep, and the wheels off way that game ended with Shohei at the plate with the bases loaded against a rookie and not getting called out on a check swing that was like 3 swings in one somehow.
Jeff Hoffman comes in and walks. I think he walked.
He got the win. 5. He's
Five
the first
walks.
guy ever who's walked 5 guys in less than an inning and got the win in the game. And they pulled him. They pulled their closer for a rookie to face Ohtani with the bases loaded, and it worked out.
Oh my God.
Somehow the Blue Jays held on to win that
3-2.
one.
I mean, it was 3-2. He fouled one off and then went fishing, and then Mookie grounded out to third. I could not believe they lost that game. I could not believe it.
The Brewers continue to be the devil magic team.
They're unreal.
They win again on a walk-off. Isaac Collins with a home run to sweep Edwin Diaz to sweep the Mets. They've won 9 straight. The Mets have lost 7 in a row.
Mets have lost 11 of 12, I think. Maybe even 12
they're 1
of 13.
and 9 in their last 10 for sure. The Brewers in that 9 straight didn't they have an 11 in a row just like 3 weeks ago as well. They are just almost unbeatable at the moment, and they have pulled away. They're going to be almost impossible for the other 2 division winners to catch. They're probably going to be the number 1 seed.
How far up are they?
They're 6 up on the Cubs now.
Good God, who would have thunk
who
it?
were like running away with the division a month and a half ago. Now they're 6 back of the Brewers. That's how good Milwaukee has been. So everyone else is playing for that 2nd seed. The Phillies, the Dodgers, the Padres.
Wow.
They can't really catch the Brewers likely unless the Brewers all of a sudden just fall flat on their face. So the Phillies continue to play well. They beat the Rangers to complete a sweep 4-2 yesterday. They won 6 of 7. And of all the teams, the Padres may have done the most to improve at the deadline, but the additions of Harrison Bader and Johan Duran have really changed the Phillies a lot. I mean, having that back end bullpen, he's locked down, 4-5 games since he joined that team. They're a much more dangerous and complete team than they were pre-deadline. The Reds ended up splitting their 4-game series with the Pirates after losing the first 2. Offensive outburst yesterday, 14-8. So they're trying to chase down the Mets now. They keep gaining ground and pulling closer. Just a game and a half now out, I think, from the Mets for that last wild card spot. So they're very much in it. Cardinals helped out everybody by taking 2 or 3 from the Cubs, including the Sunday night win last night. Padres are now just a game and a half behind the Cubs for the top wild card spot, which if you don't catch the Dodgers, you want to catch the Dodgers, but if you don't, you want to at least catch the Cubs and get the home wild card series as the 4-5 rather than having to play best of 3 on the road. So there are other things to play for in addition to the division as well down the stretch.
Man, I mean, and how many games to go? We got
44.
44 games to go.
24-20 gets you to 90 wins. 27-17 gets you matching last year's 93. What will be enough to win the division? I don't know. Probably even more than that. 29-15 gets you to 95. That could be interesting. It depends on how you do head-to-head against the Dodgers. Keep this in mind. The Padres are actually a game better this year than the Dodgers against baseball. When you take all their games against everybody other than head-to-head, the Padres have outplayed the Dodgers by a game, but they're 2-5 against the Dodgers, so they've lost 3 games head-to-head. So they're 2 behind in the division because of those head-to-head losses in their first 2 series. Otherwise, against everybody else, Padres have actually outplayed the Dodgers by a game, but head-to-head is really where it's at, and it's going to be at here in the next 2 weekends in L.A. and here at Petco Park.
It's nerve-wracking. Hit me with the hammer, would you?
Yeah,
Let's do the hammer bit.
Here we go.
Should have taken vacation these 2 weeks.
We're going to have 2 Mondays in a row. Our next 2 Mondays in a row, we'll be wrapping up 3 games against the Dodgers every single time.
Fantastic.
Either they're going to be the best Mondays ever or the worst Mondays ever.
Just horrific. I'm
not a lot of in between.
No in between, actually. Let's get to the Rindle Report. I'm excited about this one.
Final segment, Rindle Report. Paul, anything you'd like to tease for?
Excited is probably the wrong word based on the story we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Probably the wrong. Definitely not excited, but
a very important conversation.
Yeah, very.
But
Massively.
a strange and tough one to get through.
All right, that's coming up next year with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I implore you, if you haven't done so yet, if you're in your 40s, even if you're in your 30s, if you've got a family, you got kids, you've got a house, you've got any assets whatsoever, take the time to fill out the very simple online questions at trustandwill.com. Get your will or get your trust ready so that your family is taken care of if something should happen to you. And hopefully nothing does, but you'll have the peace of mind knowing that it's there. And you don't have to worry about it again. You just stash it away until, hopefully years and years and years down the road.
Yeah, no question about it. Very simple to go to trustandwill.com. When you check out, well, first of all, when you go to trustandwill.com, you just start the online questionnaire. You've done it a million times, but this one is really, really important. They answer all the questions. You fill in, who gets what and all that. Really takes about 25, 30 minutes. And then when you check out, use the code FAN, F-A-N, and you'll get 20% off, and they will ship you your estate documents. You get your documents, you get them notarized, you throw it in the desk, you're done.
Trust keeps you out of probate. If you're gone, that's a long legal process that the court ends up deciding about your assets. Your family doesn't actually get a say on that if you don't put it down in writing, but you can't avoid probate court by setting up the simple trust at trustandwill.com. Again, use the code FAN, 20% off at trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place.
Final segment of Ben and Woods on a Monday. Tomorrow, Jesse Agler Tuesday, and I believe he's back on radio this week. Or Paul, you know the schedule.
I do know the schedule.
On television.
I'm glad you asked. As I bring up said,
let me pull up said
schedule. I was going to tease the incorporator, but I didn't want to get ahead of myself.
Yes, we will have Jesse Agler on your radio broadcast tonight.
Outstanding. So we'll have the incorporator for you tomorrow with Jesse joining us from San Francisco, the city by the bay. Tomorrow as the Padres continue their series against the Giants.
Another big one.
It is a big one. All right, we got a last check of traffic here, and then Paulie with some serious headlines.
It ain't going to be comfortable, but I think it's important.
In the Rindle Report, coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by Robert Half. Well, it looks like we're just a tad slow on the northbound side of the 805 as you approach the 15, but everything else looks pretty good right now. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why our recruiters, expertise, and award-winning AI work quickly to find the candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Sue Alley with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right. Happy Monday, gentlemen. Hey, real quick, just want to start actually with shout out to our friends from Seeger Clothing, local company, and they just sent us some gear over the weekend.
Did a collab.
Now, Woodsy, a few weeks ago, you had a school outing, and the theme was Coastal Cowboy.
Oh yeah, that was
right?
a while ago, but yeah, we
you didn't know what
Cowboy.
to wear. I really think Seeger Clothing is like the exact it's like coastal beach surfer, but Western.
Yeah,
and
just like me.
Yeah, just like you. And so Seeger, they actually partnered up with San Diego Padres. They had a new line of clothing, Padres gear that just dropped on Friday to start the homestand. So they sent us some really cool stuff. I want to say,
well, you are a Texan.
That's true. At heart. I mean, not really.
No,
I'm
just
born
by birth.
I don't really claim it anymore. This is
like,
always home.
Their gear's like rugged. I feel manly just touching it and putting it on.
Thick.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can mess with you since you have renounced your Texan?
You can always mess with me.
You can't mess with
Texas.
Texas.
You can't mess with
Texas.
Texas.
Oh, you can always mess with me.
You can mess with Woods.
Yeah,
so
you can mess with me.
You're not a Texan.
Who doesn't mess with me, by the way? I get hate mail to my house. Are you kidding me?
I had I saw the stat on the sorry, Paul, let you know. The stat on the board that Ryan O'Hearn is the 5th Padre in history with an apostrophe in his name.
No kidding.
Joining, BOG, obviously. John D'Acquisto.
Oh, I love Johnny.
Johnny D.
Love Johnny D.
A couple others, and I thought, I wonder, is anyone going to ask? They need an apostrophe for their O'Hearn jersey that Woods can go pick up.
Send me down
at the team store for them.
Oh, that's
Just
unbelievable.
go pick it up next time you're down.
I'll just grab one. I'll grab an extra apostrophe for
Grab
you.
a few. You
I
never
like
know.
these lids though.
It's
Travis
fun, man.
Darno was one, and there was one more, I think. Yeah,
Was
5
Travis
apostrophes.
here? Chase was here.
Chase Darno, you're right. Chase Darno, his brother. Chase.
Yeah. Did he even make the bigs with us?
He did. He was on the team for a little while.
Was he?
Yeah.
I mean,
a minute.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
take your word for it.
Gentlemen, I want to talk about a really, really tragic and awful story that I read last night.
I read it too.
I saw it yesterday morning when I got up, and I was like, "This is so brutal."
Dan Wetzel, great writer, works for ESPN. He put out a piece, and I'll just say the headline was "The predatory web of sextortion increasingly ensnares young athletes." And that is a phrase, sextortion, that has popularized over the last few years. And it's basically, at its root, is kids start talking to somebody online in their DMs. They think they're talking to a person that is not who that person actually is. It's scammers overseas. They're trying to get money. They start, talking about certain things and asking for pictures. And here's a picture of mine that was very easily stolen or made with AI. And the kid's thinking, oh, wow, this is kind of cool. And then as soon as that picture gets released or gets uploaded to the DM,
we got you.
I was reading about like how these scammers work. I mean, once they get you,
they got you.
They already have you hooked, but once they get the picture, they immediately go into a crisis mode of like scouring through all of your social media, every friend that you have. They start putting pieces together to your digital puzzle.
This is your
friends,
girlfriend,
your family, your girlfriend. And they said, oh, this is your Aunt Kathy, right? Like, she's getting this picture if you don't send us $1,000 right now. And this story is awful. And honestly, it hit home. I know somebody that had to go through this a long time ago when we were in high school. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. And this story that Dan Wetzel tells, it doesn't have a good ending, unfortunately. And it's about this kid in Michigan who was high school homecoming king. I mean, had everything going for him, was getting ready to start college here in just a few months with his girlfriend, I think at Northwestern. And one night he like said goodnight to his dad, went to his bedroom. You stay on your phone for another hour or something before you fall asleep. And he got a random DM from this girl that had, 1,800 followers. He thought it was legit. He has a girlfriend. He's like, who are you?
Yeah.
They started talking, and it took less than 6 hours for him to open the DM and take his own life.
Took his own life. I read that story.
I
was in tears.
I was weeping last night reading through this, and he made a bad decision, whether you call it cheating on your girlfriend or whatever. He sent a picture to what he thought was another girl.
And he thought he would never recover. And he thought, I can't tell my dad, my mom, and his dad. His dad heard the gunshot at 3:45 in the morning. He said he said
he just thought he knocked something over.
He said it's like a serial killer walked into my home and took my son overnight.
Yes.
It's the most horrifying thing I've ever. It's so bad.
It scared the hell out of me for anybody that has kids, because, it's like, oh, a kid can't get abducted if they stay in our house.
Right.
Nothing can happen if you stay here. But this kid did that.
He was at home.
He said goodnight, went to his bedroom, closed the door to go to sleep, and never came out. Like,
I mean, look,
there was Dan Wetzel chronicled several other stories. There's thousands upon thousands of stories that we don't even know about that are similar to this. And Dan Wetzel's whole point was that young male athletes are actually now the number one target.
Yep.
It used to be scammers would call and target the elderly. And it's now turned into with social media and how
open they are with everything.
And they have a goal, especially these athletes, these young male athletes that are putting out highlight videos, trying to get recruited. Like, they have a social media presence. And so they're the ones that have the most to lose to these scammers right now. If they're like, hey, good luck getting
good luck on that scholarship. Right.
I'm going to ruin your life. And
it's so sad, man. It's so sad. I'm so terrified. I think about it all the time. We have made many rules that I hope we stick to in my house of like, oh, enjoy your flip phone that will take no pictures, that will none of that. Like it's the extremes I think parents have to go to.
Here's what's really terrifying. I mean, all of it is awful. In this one particular case, the scammers were from Nigeria.
Yep.
And they were able to, first of all, luckily unlock his phone, which is password protected, but they used like his number in like football and baseball or whatever and combined it together and cracked the code. So they were able to get in, and then they had reason for a probable cause search to get like Instagram and the social media to actually send them. But if they don't have that, they can't just go and claim we need to check it. If it's just a suicide unexplained, there's no reason to go in. In this case, they did, and they were able to get the help of the Nigerian police to actually track these guys down, arrest them, extradite them to the United States. But mostly they can't even get into the phones, and it's just an unexplained suicide. No signs of it, and it can be as fast as, like they said, overnight, and the parents would even never know like what happened because they can't get into the phone. There's no reason for an investigation. It's just another sad teen suicide, and they don't even know. So most of these scammers who are internationally based get away with it 100%.
Yeah,
and no one even knows they did it.
It shatters me to think about with my kids, and it's those hard conversations. We're pretty open and honest in my home. We talk about a lot of stuff, as you guys know, and it's one of those things where they need to be able to come wake me up and say, Dad, this is what I did. You know, this is what happened. And the fact that kid felt that he couldn't do that and took his own life is just excruciating to deal with. It's excruciating to think about. Everybody, I'm just on a lot of parents out there. We're just on high alert all the time. I'm just always watching, and I trust no one as it pertains to my kids.
I see in the chat, like, don't give out info. Don't be dumb. We're talking
kids.
15,
We're talking
16-year-old kids.
Guess what? They do really dumb stuff.
They're preying on what is the absolute most sensitive pressure point of a teenager. And that is, first of all, it's peer pressure.
Shame.
Like, this girl just sent this to me.
Yep.
And like, I'd feel bad if I didn't send it back. Like, I feel guilty.
Yeah.
She sent this to me, and I haven't sent anything to her. I wasn't going to, but I feel she's just pressuring me so much. And you just want to be a pleaser, and you just want to be cool. And, it doesn't even make you necessarily making a mistake there. That's normal emotional reaction from a teenager at that point.
Yep. But then the shame,
and then they get their hooks in you, and then they try to shame you and scare you. And of course, you're gonna be scared and shamed.
Playing on the shame part of it for
the back
15-year-old
and
kid.
forth, like
the back and
the
forth
transcripts of this Danny Roberts, an anonymous account was like, all right, like, I'm going to make sure you have a miserable life. And the kid says, I'm going to kill myself tonight because of you.
Yeah.
Like, please, why are you doing this? I'm going to kill myself. And they say, good, do it. Like, I mean, just the lack of human regard from these people. And I mean, like you said, Ben, I guess it doesn't, I mean, obviously there's no good ending here, but the fact that those guys were extradited to the United States, I think I saw 17 and a half years in prison is what they got. There was a attorney general in Michigan that heard of this story. And kind of like, once state laws got passed that like sextortion was a thing that could be punishable by jail, he like made it his mission. He's like, we can't stop it. This is not going to stop it, but we're going to make an example out of these two
100%.
guys. And they were able to do that because these guys took the nude picture and sent it to the kid's girlfriend to try to get money out of her.
Correct.
And she kept them on the hook long enough because these people are sick in the head, and they think if they have any thought that they can get more money out of you, they'll keep
They didn't
trying.
know he was already dead.
They had no idea.
They had no idea.
And so she was they were able to track IP addresses, and they were able to get more information, and they tracked them down, and they got them. They found their computers that searched for like Michigan suicide. Like, they were like, oh, did this kid actually do this? And they were able to bring two of them to prison at least. But it's
horrible.
just, it's so easily, it can happen to anybody that I read that and I thought, this is so important. If you don't want to, it's a long article.
We talked about it at dinner last night, and without getting into specifics, but we talked about it at dinner last night, and I made the point to let my kids know I got scammed. I got scammed this year. I got scammed out of a few $1,000s. It was the same thing. Kept me on the line. preyed on, I was in a hurry. I wanted to get this thing done. And it happens, man. It happens to the best of them. Nothing like this, obviously, but it's just money at that case. And you're embarrassed and you're like, oh, this sucks, but I can make that money back. You can't get your life back. So very, very
there's
horrible.
one thing I wish I could go back and tell myself, and certainly you try to tell your kids as well. Stop worrying so much about feeling embarrassed about everything.
Just come to me.
You just not even stop putting so much emphasis on what your friends you think are thinking, when in reality, they aren't thinking about you at all. They're thinking about themselves and feeling just as awkward and nervous about everything that you are. So stop worrying about it, because it's very normal. Everyone feels that way.
Terrible, terrible stuff. All right. Well, that was...
Told you I wasn't going to be happy.
No, definitely not.
And that's all I got. They can't really
go really into something fun
change
and quirky
the vibe here.
No, that's a good point. So
we'll get back to that stuff tomorrow.
It's absolutely terrifying. I mean, I read that story and it was like, this is the worst story I've ever seen.
It's the worst story, yeah.
I mean, you just can't have that. The parents.
I mean,
you go to bed one night, say good night. Your son's fine. Not
upset.
It wasn't like he had been upset for
No.
weeks and hiding it. He was 100% fine at 10 p.m. when you said good night, and you woke up, and this had all happened while you were sleeping.
Yeah. Horrible.
Right. It's not like you tell your kids, hey, if you're at a party or something,
Yeah,
if you need a ride, call me anytime.
me.
Do we ever call our parents? No, we don't. We try to figure it out because we're scared, or somebody was drinking. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yep.
This was not like that. This was like, what are you supposed to tell you? You can't have your phone in your bedroom anymore. Like,
I mean, yes. Right. Like that's to the point. Ben's got to put his phone in a cubby.
True.
I'm certainly gonna make my kids put their phone in a cubby. I'm gonna hang it around my neck. Come get it from my neck in the middle of the night while I sleep. I'm gonna be a psychopath about it. And I know my wife will be. I know she will be. You can call us whatever you want, but I think that's the best way, especially these days. You just can't trust anybody. It's really sad. Very, very sad. Anyway, go Padres. Hope to beat the Giants tonight.
We
Maybe
did.
a little bird whistle cleansing.
No. Can you
Please-
put more water
please
in
stop.
it? No, stop. You're making it worse.
You got to stop. Turning your mic off.
Yeah, thank you. Paulie.
We gotta keep at least one mic on, I guess.
Should I leave it in here so we can use it throughout the rest of the
No.
season, or should I take it home?
Please take it home and never bring it back.
It really drives Ben crazy.
Oh.
It like
makes
hurts.
him
It
nuts.
hurts my ears.
I definitely have that like bare feet on like dusty floors and chalkboard thing that
What is bare feet on dusty
you don't know
floors?
you don't get that? If you put your bare feet on like a dusty floor and the feeling of like the chills that go down up your down
Where
your
are
spine.
you walking on dusty
like
floors?
in a garage, like a cement garage in bare feet?
What are you walking through old saloons?
No, like a
I had
cement
no
garage.
idea.
Oh, it's the worst. It just like makes me cringe. Other people must get that as well.
Stop.
All right, we're done. We're done. We're over. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Braden's coming up next. Throwing the whistle away. For Paulie Reindl.
What if we win?
For Stephen Woods.
What if
I don't
we
care.
win? Come
I'd
on.
rather lose every game
No
than listen to
way.
that whistle every day. On San
The
Diego's
rally whistle.
#1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.